Hello, gang. We are live and we are good to go. And I've gone forward a few days in the save. We've got an offer for Danny and Ishko to start things off with today. Hope everyone out there is well. I said I'd be up about 8 o'clock, and I'm more or less a quarter of an hour late. I think we'll just take this offer because the other two are a bit rubbish, but we do need the cash. So we'll take offers for Danny and Ishko purely because he has not been necessarily fantastic for us, if I'm honest. So I guess we'll go with that and hope for the best. We are playing a lot of friendlies. I've set up a lot of friendlies with a lot of clubs. Try to get some money in. Hey Liam, how you doing? I'm good, mate. Thank you. I'm very good. Very good. It's been a day. We are going to plough through this pre-season. I believe I've got the new update. Steam says it's done the update, so I guess we'll find out if we see shouts in a match. Is kind of kind of what we'll go with. I know I didn't have the shouts earlier, but I have shut down the game and reopened it since, so presumably it has put the update in when I've done that. Dion Conroy wants to be starting more games. Dion, buddy, I don't know if anyone told you, but I've put you on the transfer list because we lose every time you play. So I'm already in the Steam beta. I've had an update today, so it should have done it. But yeah, I won't know until I get into a match. I don't think, because I don't think there's anything cosmetic I can look at before a game that will tell me. With that said, I haven't looked at the patch notes, so let me just quickly look at the patch notes. Let's see what it says. You'd think I'd be able to find it somewhere. You'd think I'd be able to find it somewhere. Apparently it's not something they felt like they needed to put on their homepage, which is really helpful. Cheers, guys. Patch notes. Is there a patch notes anywhere somewhere? Oh, it's going to be on the community page, isn't it? It's going to be on the forum. It will be on the forum. That's why I couldn't find it. I was not looking at the forum. Right, let's have a little look. I'm almost there. Almost there. I say I'm almost there, but update pack 4. Right, there we go. Right, let's have a little look. See what it's saying we should get. Match day shouts. They've put as a bug fix, improvement, and feature. Okay. Updated match engine. That could be good. Extensive polish and refinement. Okay, we'll see. Fully customizable attribute coloring. That'll make Amiga Luke happy. Various tweaks and improvements to transfers. Added ability to schedule friendlies for youth teams. We'll have a look at that in a second because that's been an issue. Updated competition rules, improvements to the news shown on the For You tab, functionality to import and export attribute templates on the in-game editor. Wowzers. And then a bunch of stability fixes, technical stuff, that's all fun. Match engine, added shouts, tweaks to the frequency of players shooting at near post from tight angles, improvements to defender reactions. I just want to see rebounds. Reactions to rebounds. That will be nice. Wowzers. Wingers cross. That's wild. That's wild. Fix the red card issue. That's strong. Fixed an issue where floodlights appeared in nighttime matches using tactical or dynamic sideline cameras. That'll be helpful. Youth coaches will now rotate players more in youth matches. That's good. Fixed some kit clashes, that's helpful. Fixed issue where event captures were shown all at once when switching out of commentary only highlights. Excellent. Bunch of polishes, improvements to squad comparison. Wage budget payroll on tiles and widgets will correctly display weekly, monthly, yearly format in line with user. Thank Christ, I only asked for that about a month ago, so I'm glad they finally sorted that out. Uh, that's a lot of fixes. That'll take me all week to read that. But let's assume that's better. Let's assume they've fixed stuff, because that will improve attribute distribution for new gen goalkeepers. Excellent. Because some of the goalkeepers I've seen as new gens are absolutely horrendous. They've added Sheffield Wednesday's point deduction, drawn National League Cup group stage games, now go to penalties for an extra point. Something is wrong with the Carabao Cup. And they finally let you put under 21 players in the WSL without registration. That is incredible. Also, while I was doing stuff off stream just to get us through this quicker, Tim Apshon is going to be joining us permanently tomorrow in game. So we've got our big boy up top joining us permanently as a proper regular full-time player. Bunch of contracts are expiring, but I've got to be honest, there's no one there that I'm super excited to pick up. So we might give our assistant manager a new contract because he's been quite good for us. Let's do that. You can have another year on less money than that, because that's unacceptable. Come on, buddy. You know we're poor. There we go. I think we are going to be staying in England for this season. It doesn't look like anyone wants us, to be honest. We've tried, but it doesn't look like anyone is desperately chasing us down for a job. If we get an offer, we'll have a serious look at it, but I am sort of feeling like we're probably not going to get one. So we may as well focus now on getting Hemel promoted, and then we'll go from there, I think. Because I think we need to get a trophy under our belt to be able to have a future move. You said you'd fix that. That's not fixed. Why am I seeing... Do I have to start a new game to get my wage budget where I want it? Because I want that to say per year. Let's see if I fiddle with the settings. Will that fix that for me? Let's go to weekly. And then let's go back to yearly. Nope, still hasn't fixed it. They lied. They lied to me. The one feature I wanted them to fix most desperately, they have lied. Because I have to do maths every time I sign a player, because trying to work out what people are earning per week over a year for budgeting drives me mental. Drives me absolutely loopy. I don't need to be dividing complex numbers by 52. I just need to see the number. Which is, you know, helpful. Right, bunch of players will have been released. Tim Apshon is officially our player. Danny Anishko is officially moving on to Latvia, which would be nice for him, I suppose. Tim Apshon, only a C-. Are you serious? 9 goals in 17 games and you're going to give him a C-. That's wild. That's wild. Decision making. We've not got the job offer in Ibiza. There you go. That's fun. Right, now we can start looking seriously into some signing of players, which is beautiful, because it's time to mine those players that were released. You are still at the club. You have not been sold. You still have a contract. You are still with us, Liam. You are still in our youth team developing, which is good. I was doing that. That's what I was doing. Right, so my plan is we're just going to get in everyone from every London club that has been let go from their youth team, because I feel like that's the most realistic thing you would do as manager of Hemel. You'd just be like, hey, if you've just left a London club, please come and trial for us, if you wouldn't mind. So we'll see how many of these guys want to come and play for us. Then we'll see how many of them are actually any good. We may hit the 30 player limit, because we often do. But at least they don't have to move house if they come and sign for us. I'm really looking for a left back. That's sort of our top priority, is find a left back. It is odd that it's not working. Shall I try rebooting the game and see if it does it that way? Let's give that a go. Let's give rebooting the game a shot and see if that does it, because it might fix it. You never know. You never know. It might fix it. We'll have a little look. We'll switch to the lovely chat cam. There you go. We'll have a just chatting moment whilst it does that, because FM26 do be taking a lot of time to get itself loaded up. As we all know, it just seems to be a pain. Hey Kit, yeah, I did say I was going to be up earlier tonight, and I did be up earlier tonight. So that's a complete story of how that happened. We're just rebooting the game to see if the update updated. Oh, it's just starting the download. Oh, that's not helpful. Come on. It told me it had done the update, and it hasn't done the update. And now I've got to go through all the load sequence to get it to bloody update. Come on, you can do this. 4 minutes remaining? Are you having a laugh? I know it's a big update, but 4 minutes remaining? That's wild. It's disappeared on me. It might have disappeared on me because it's realised it's updating. That's fun. That is fun. Well, hopefully the update works. It seems to be slowly speeding. I don't know. Well, I know exactly why it's taking so long. It's because I'm also streaming whilst I'm doing it, so it's eating up my data, isn't it? Oh, hopefully, yeah, because for this video I'm doing where I'm in Albania, my build a nation would be unreal right now. I've got 2 Albanian clubs in the Europa League group stage. Obviously, I'm not managing both of them. In fact, I'm not managing either of them. But I've now built up Albania enough in a few seasons that I have 2 clubs in the Europa League group stage, which is wild. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, the update is coming. I thought it had already updated because it was telling me it had done the update, but apparently Steam lied to me. But we'll get there. We'll see how it looks. Hopefully it looks all fancy and swish and whatnot. Can't believe it's a 2 gig download. 2 gig downloads. Oh, wild. That's crazy for a 2 gig update. Like, for comparison, no, it's my my classic Schloss shirt. That's what we're doing. I haven't busted out the Mexico shirt yet, but this is one of my favourite shirts. I've actually worn it to the point now where, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but like the sponsor is coming off, the printing on the back is done, like. It has had some wearing. A Firenze shirt. Wowzers. Do love a Firenze shirt. So while we're waiting for the update to update, should we do some kit shopping? Should we have a look at some kits? Just to see what's happening in that world whilst it's updating the game. We'll see what's looking at the kit wise. So I do love the football kit archive. It's far nicer than it should be. Where are we? That one? There we go. Right. So are we this one? Kit, is this the one you've picked for today? This sexy little blue number. Cause she pretty. She be a pretty one. Oh, I didn't know they had an FM kit creator and generator on here. Oh, that's going to come in useful. We are going to have some play with that at some stage. Oh, that's beautiful. Last year's third. This one. The sexy black and blue number. Oh, that's nice, that's nice. I haven't had a proper look at who's got what kits going this year to sort of see what is currently out and about. We've got our World Cup kit launches though. Oh, that Como shirt's nice. I am a fan of that. That Rate Forest Greens kit after, well, the current one. Let's see. See, I actually don't mind Forest Green's current, or last season's home kit, I should say. Forest Green's home kit from last season, or the 23-24 one, is stunning. That is some gorgeous kit design. That's really clever. It fits with the whole sponsor branding. They've really, really thought that through. This season's kits... What the fuck is that? First of all, why is it yellow? You're literally called Forest Green. Just saying, your kit should be Forest Green. I know it's a wild suggestion. The thing is, as much as I hate that design and the yellow, I'm guessing it's something cheetah or leopard, or there's probably some animal welfare thing to it. I actually don't hate the pink version. I mean, I wouldn't wear it because they're just up the road from us, but I don't hate that. I am a sucker for a pink kit though, but not a goalkeeper kit because they always fit weird. But like this pink kit they had last year, stunning, stunning. Genuinely a really pretty kit. All for that kit. And also, what's with the pirate thing? Oh, a pirate kit. Crazy. Crazy. Love a pirate kit. But you were saying about the Juve third. Let's have a look at the Juve third, because I think we're almost at a point where the download has worked. I've got a sense the download has come and gone. It has, good. Let's have a look at Juve's third, shall we? This one. Oh. That's gorgeous. Like, the patterning is beautiful. The badge, stunning. That's art. That is art at its finest. I am a fan of that. What, the Forest Green one? Forest Green one's not a new kit maker, is it? They're Umbro. Oh, it's because they're with Reflow now. I think Reflow... I'd have to check, but I think Reflow, who also do Luton's kits, by the way, I think they're a sub-brand of Adidas or of Umbro. I think they're part of another company. Are they not? Oh, they make weird kits from recycled plastic, don't they? Oh, that explains why they've ended up on Forest Green's kit. That explains everything. Let's not get too bogged down in that, shall we? Right, let's get FM back up. Check I don't need to check my graphics drivers. They're always up to date. Leave me alone. We're going to have that issue with FM26 now for the rest of time, aren't we? Where I ask you every time you load the game to check your graphics drivers, even though you've definitely checked them. Yeah, Umbro and Castore are definitely the same. They used to be, even though they were part of the same company, they used to have really separate purposes. So Umbro did football almost exclusively, and Castore did like rugby and cricket kits, and then for some reason they crossed the brands over. I don't really understand why, but it's also not my problem. So, right, let's have a look, see if that's working properly now. Is that going to work for me? It's glorious. I could weep. I could weep. A per annum wage budget in my scouting screen. Oh my god. We'll do a little bit of scouting as well. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. They gave me the one thing I've been asking for. The one thing I've been asking for. Oh, you've dropped a link. You've dropped a link. Let me have a little look at this link in the chat. I know it's wild that they fix stuff. Let's not get used to it. Oh, the black Jeep one. Oh, so pretty. I like the Juventus badge as well. That's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Right, yeah, we were looking at players from the Premier League that we could sign that would help us out, because we are probably a little thin on the ground. See, I want to keep it realistic, but I also know there's a couple of really, really good players that have been released by United and Liverpool there. But you know, we're going to keep it realistic. We're just gonna talk to players from London clubs. That's going to be our plan. There'll be some in there that are good enough for us. Hello, are you on some kind of trial thing? Oh, you're already on trial with Penny Bond. I'll be honest. If you're cheap enough, I can just those stats I can see will do me. That wage won't though. That'll have to come down just a touch. Longer contract? Nope, of course not. Know nothing about this player. Oh, that's fair. Without the sponsor, it would still look really good. Yeah, we know nothing about that player, but those pace and acceleration attributes are enough. They are enough for me to sign him. They still haven't fixed this though, which is really annoying. Really annoying. Right, let's grab these West Ham players on loan. So on trial, and then hopefully there'll be enough players in there to build the squad out. Because realistically, I don't think we need a lot to get promotion this year. Like if we go by position, goalkeeper we're covered by. I might try and move Halliday on, depending how Mitchell works out. Conroy was on the transfer list. Don't know why he's not still on us, because it's not showing for whatever reason. Oh, they haven't broken that, have they? There's no icons there. Do I have to put the icon back in? Is that going to be a thing I have to do? Status? Is it called status? Oh, where is it? No, it's not that one. Anyone know, guys? Anyone know what it's called and where I find it in the add to things menu? Because that's going to be a really annoying thing to not have there. Evening, Simon. We've just updated the game, and I'm having a small issue. You know the column that goes here that has the icons that say like injured, wanted, etc. The update has removed it, and I can't find it to re-add it. Because that's really helpful for me remembering who I've transfer listed. And I can't find it. Player status? Oh, there we go. Oh. So that's why I was confused, because it says information up there, but I know it's not under information in the menu. Right, so Dion Conroy we've transfer listed because we lose whenever he plays. Harry Thomas is wanted, but they'd have to bid nicely for him because he's one of our better defenders. Aidan Golding is currently on his way out. Jeremy Watara, if I get an offer that's worthwhile for him, I might let him go. If I get that left back, I'll probably let O'Sullivan go out on loan for the season. Chuck Sokoli is wanted by almost everyone. This is the presumably beta update because I'm on the beta track, but I assume it's the same patch for both. Beckford is wanted, but he's going nowhere. Cappian is currently under bids for a bunch of clubs, but he's out of contract anyway. Ronnie Stutter is wanted by Cambridge, and to be honest, with the form he had recently, I might consider it. And Elijah Briscoe is also wanted. Tim Apsion has officially signed. So we are back in business, and Danny Anishko has just left us to join Valmiera in Latvia, which is fine because they've paid us 30 grand for him, and he probably wasn't going to play this season. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm not worried about renewing a contract for 18 months' time. These guys, just looking at them, if I could set them for release, they would be, but I can't because it's July, not January. Right. So we've asked a bunch of players to come on trial with us from Premier League sides. So all the players who've been released by Premier League sides. So we'll have a little look through them, see if they're any good. I think I would like to get in a slightly stronger defence after last year. And if we can find some more creative midfielders, I think that'd be beneficial. Maybe one more striker as cover, I think, is what we're looking for. We're going to get the media asking the stupidest question in Football Manager again. Oh no, we're not. The departure has caused some concern amongst the Hemel fan base. Well, we'll pretend it wasn't an easy decision, but he's been bobbins, so we're not going to really miss him. Right, let's have a look at what's coming on trial, shall we? Let's sort it by big potential first. Dylan to Gale, 4-star current ability. Why is that out of 4 now? Oh, because it's resized everything. Excellent. 4-star current ability. I mean, we'll keep an eye on him because the stats I'm concerned about here are going to be vision and passing. Like, I love that he does tricks, but I can train a dog to do that. So we'll keep an eye on him. Don't really need a goalkeeper. This guy's going to have no pace at all, which is a shame because he could be a really good player. Another Latvian. The things we can see are so good as well. Oh, that's troubling. I mean, a guy like this with that much determination could be strong, but he doesn't seem to have any potential, which is a problem. Oh, this guy's the other big star in there. Right winger. Don't play with wingers. But 11 to 17 finishing. Shame his composure sucks. Everything else there I would sign him for. What do we think, chat? Do we sign him and see if we can make him either work as a striker or make wingers work again? See if wingers now work on the update? Do we give it another week and see how he's looking then? I know, wild decisions to make. Like, he's not wanted by anyone, so it's not, we're not under time pressure, but I just get the feeling he could be a really good winger. He'd be an inside forward actually, because he's left-footed. They are big rates. Should we give him a week? We'll give him a week and we'll see what he looks like in a week. There are some other good players now. Like, oh, Vinnie Perkins has got no pace, but he looks like he could be quite good under the hood too. But again, not wanted by anyone, so that's not a huge decision making. Reggie Morris Aguiman, again, no pace, no determination either. because Oliver Salter has 4-star. We might have to play with wingers purely because this guy's a left winger who's realistically going to be an inside forward. If that pace and acceleration comes out anywhere near that top end, he's going to be a filthy signing. I may have to develop a tactic with wingers. We may have to develop a tactic with some wingers. He's already National League quality. Not great with long shots, but we're used to that now. Lacks game intelligence, should be looking to add greater consistency, but fairly determined attitude, could improve a lot in future. It's a voice in my head saying we take a punt when he's only 17 as well. It's the passing and vision that concern me, because that probably means that if he's an inside forward, he's probably quite a selfish one. But again, we've got him on trial. We'll keep an eye on him. I mean, there are some, like Raihan Anderson, we can probably just let him go. He's not going to come to anything, I would suggest. And probably Lewis Condell Wall is not coming to anything. And this guy, Gene Ray Graves, also probably not coming to anything. I'd be surprised if Paychev did, but he's also got such a big range with stars and stuff that you're never quite sure. Oh yeah, the usual dithering on the last. It happens to all of us. Like, we all spend time, especially if you're at a club with a reasonably small budget. There we go. There's the stupidest question in Football Manager. We've all had to have that, like, I could pick any one of these 3 players and they'd all do a job for us kind of moments. Let's increase our pool of London-based players, shall we? Let's have a look at the Championship, see who's been released there from their youth teams. I think any youth departures below the Championship are unlikely to be good for us, but like Charlton will produce some good youngsters, because they always have. So we'll take a look at Charlton's kids. And obviously, like, QPR's kids as well, because they've got quite a good history. Makes sense to look at Luton, because they're sort of nearby. I've just really kind of maximised the pool of players we're looking at, because that's going to come in helpful. Did I look? I didn't look at him. We looked at him, right? Yep. And we looked at him. No, we didn't. Don't want any dirty Oxford players. Already showered once today, don't need to do it again. Have QPR released no one, or have QPR gone down? QPR have gone down. Ah, I always forget you can do that. That's interesting. That's interesting. I'll have a quick look through here just to see who's left in League One, just in case there's anyone appealing. But that might be the way forward to see what else we've got. Leyton Orient could be good, I suppose. They have occasionally in the past turned up a quality player. Very occasionally in the past turned up a quality player. But QPR, I know, have turned out some very, very good young players over the last few years. So we'll definitely look at their released players. Oh, and we'll have a look at that one Watford player, just in case, because they are our parent club. I suppose we've got to make it nice. I'll have a look at Wimbledon in a minute, because I think we're about to run out of spaces. What Swindon players got released? Great question. Great question. Who did Swindon let go? I would say with a degree of certainty. How are we still in League 2 on this game? I would say with a degree of certainty, we've probably let go of Harry Chard. Second season. Oh, we already let him go. I don't know who any of these people are. Got Jacob Hagan. Oh, I was going to keep doing that. I wish they'd fix this. It's really annoying. Let's see if we can get into it this way. They might have fixed that by now. You never know. They might have fixed the transfer histories. That would make my life better. Oh, it looks like they might have done. Oh, that's crazy. Right. Let's have a look. Oh, I said it too soon. Of course they've not fixed that. Oh my god. We'll trial them when we've got space. That's been a thing that everyone's been complaining about since the beta. Genuinely crazy they've not got around to fixing that yet. Is that all of them? Yes, good. Right. Yeah, we'll see how good these guys are. We'll have a look on next Thursday. We'll have a check, because that way we can have a proper look at all their stats. These guys are crap. These are the ones that are coming from Leyton Orient and QPR. And somehow none of them are any good. That's great. There's a couple there that have like backup potential, but there's no one there that's blowing me away. That was Swindon's youth team departures. I've not had any, but Swindon should have had this season. Well, I mean, we know they have because we could see them through the other screen, just not through their own club page, which is mad. That's why it's part of the reason I've been looking at them that way. Aside from the fact to put them all in one place, like, you know, I'd love to be able to just click on Arsenal and say like, oh, who have Arsenal released this summer, but it's not going to give me that information, which is annoying. Because I'd suggest that Arsenal and Chelsea would be your first phone calls in this position. But alas not. Oh, we've drawn with Wrexham. Oh no, we've beaten Wrexham 4-3 in a friendly. That's crazy. We are playing a lot of friendlies just to get the players fit and active and get money in the bank. We've just beaten Wrexham. And actually, to be fair, 3-2 losses against Charlton and Luton. It's not bad. It's not a bad state of affairs. Oh, my groundsman would be murdering me in my sleep, mind. Don't get me wrong. Like the groundsman would be ganging up on me. But you know, they'll get over it. Eventually. But yeah, we should have a good idea of what those players look like after about a week in game. We'll scout that too. Did I have Harry Lee on loan at one stage? No, I thought I did. Maybe I looked at him for loan. Not that I really need another keeper. What else do I think FM26 needs? That's a big question. Honestly, at this stage, I think if they could get all the functionality that they dropped from FM24 back with things like when I click back on a screen, it goes back to what I was looking at, not rearranging it. Heat maps are on my thing. I would love to be in charge of Sports Interactive. Do I think I'd do a better job than Miles? Probably not. Do I think that the community would like me more than Miles? Honestly, at this stage, I think the community would probably like anyone more than Miles. But But Sony would hate me. Sorry, not Sony. Sega would hate me. Sega would despise me. They would not like me at all. 31,000 for Elijah Briscoe. Is that good money for Elijah Briscoe? It's one of those things where any money at this level is good money. He's probably not going to develop much more. What do we think, chap? Do we let him go? It is bottom end of his value, but we know he's good because he's been with us last season, 16 goals in 39 games in the league. But my thinking is they've offered us £30,000 for him, Tranmere. They're not in our division because they're in the division. They're at least one division, if not two divisions above, depending on if they've been relegated or not. He's only got 6 for determination. 3.5 star current ability, 4 maybe 5 potential ability, but realistically his top end is League 2. Plus it comes with a sell on. He's also fairly susceptible to injuries and selfish. That's my thinking. I can probably get someone better on a free. It's just he's become such a beloved player in my heart. But that 40% sell-on could be tasted. They're currently in League 2. If we look at their squad, they've got K-Roll Figueroa up top. He's probably not going to play. It's a shame they locked the offer because I would have said to them, give me that and him on loan for a year, and I'd have taken it, snatched your hand off. I think we are going to take it. I think we're going to take the 31 for him just because that is good money. That is good business. And he's going to be a pain in my arse if I don't let him speak to them. Aiden Evans is one of our trialists. Wanted by Oxford City and Lewis. We've kind of got to make a decision on him now. There is one downside, which is that he is Canadian, and I just need to check if he's just Canadian. Oh no, he is English as well. What's our scout saying about his personality? Could be a League One player in the future. That's it. That was part of my thinking as well. If I rejected that, he'd probably get mad at me. I think we're going to try and offer this guy a contract, just because I don't want Oxford City having him. I'm not going to promise him a loan, because he could end up being one of 2 strikers at the club. Let's see what he wants for wages. I don't want anyone on non-contracts if I can avoid it. Can I give you 7.5 up front over the year, and then we knock that down to, say that? Will you take that? Yes, yes you will. Good. We did some business for a player. Crowther, is he someone we've got on trial? I don't think it is. It's not a 26. It's unlikely. Maybe he should have been someone we had on trial. Because He's 6'4", and you can't teach that. This tackling, this heading, pace, determination. He looks like he could be a solid defender, formerly of Southend. In fact, do we just up that to a... There are going to be other options, it's fine. If he comes on trial, we'll take a look at him. But if he doesn't, if he decides just to go to Gibraltar, which he has, we've lost nothing, really. Not really. Good stuff. Players flying in all around. And next up, Wombles. The thing is, I don't think we actually need that many players. That's the other thing. Oh, are you serious? You're going to join Hereford? But you're such a filthy little player. Why would you do that? They're in the same division as us. Thinks their squad is slightly stronger than ours, but it wouldn't have been if you'd signed, would it, you div? Gah. Exactly, Hereford of all teams. If you'd signed for us, you'd have been far better off. Oh, Glasses are after him as well. That's problematic because there's a chance that Glasses have qualified for Europe. There is a chance that Glasses have qualified for Europe. Oh no, they had a terrible... Oh no, it's gone to... Of course it's gone to season preview. That's what I wanted in that screen. Oh, they missed out on Europe. Okay, that could help. That could help us. That could help us. Right, we've got some injury risk updates, some pressure building on some people. Who is Bailey Friedman? Why is he falling out with everyone? Is that their manager? Their assistant manager. Sorry, if on the same day I'd got 2 news reports saying that my assistant manager had fallen out with players, he'd have been sacked. He'd have been sacked. I'd have sacked him immediately. Because that's terrible man management. We've got a draw against the Wombles. And we have to say a sad goodbye to Elijah Briscoe, but he's moving on to, honestly, a much worse place. But he will play League 2 football, and if they can con people into believing he is a championship standard player, we will get 40% of their profits. So that's fun. But it also means that we've got a little bit of extra shopping budget. Not that 100 and something thousand wasn't an obscene amount of budget anyway. But, you know, let's go for a birth region. Region of birth is English. Excellent, thanks. That's a nationality, actually. I am looking for place of birth. There we go. Let's just put London in there. Although this does annoyingly always give you every player that doesn't have a place of birth set in the database too. But let's have a look. Who's big? Harrison Parker. Why do I know the name Harrison Parker? Yes, I did just spot it. Manchester City. I did just spot what you all just spotted in that list. I did see it. I did see it. It's time to bring him home, isn't it? That was our sign to bring the boy wonder home. Only wants 14,000 a year too. Oh, Daniel Oyatunde as our replacement for Elijah Briscoe. That's what dreams are made of. Oh, come on. There we go. I'll pay him 16 grand a year. On a free, yeah. Daniel Oyatunde on a free. It's been 2 seasons, well, a whole year since we last were with him. But Daniel Oyatunde is going to come join us at Hemel. Let's see who else of our players from our time at Iliopoli want to come and join us too. Lindemeyer's not available. See if Barjung Darbo had been available on a free. Oh. He is currently with Charlotte as well. That means he got released last season. We missed out. It's disappointing. What else we have? Bornschein, Lichtensteiger. No, Kone. Momo Kone could be interesting. Look at the third column from the right. He might well piss the league, Liam, that's true. Oh! Okay. So it's annoying that those columns aren't things I can just have like a search by. But we'll have a look at that in a sec. But yeah, we'll take a look at Momo Kone. Would fail to gain a work permit. Yeah, I disagree. I disagree because he's Momo Kone. Which of course I now have to click 9 times to get back to. But we'll certainly take Momo Kone if we can get him to sign. Oh, 17.5 grand a year. Filth. Filth. Koch isn't available yet. Schultz isn't available yet. Paul Wagner's available. I remember him being good. We'll give him a little trial. Oh, 5'4" Sebastian Jensen. Oh, remember him? Remember the glory days of our 5'4" goalkeeper? Is Bianchieri available yet? No, he's not. Kenny, no. Kalau, nope. Scanlon. He's not, but I bet he's moved. He's moved to Kilmarnock. Crazy. Crazy. Has Bianchieri moved somewhere I can have him online? He's gone to Brentford. He'll probably get released at the end of this season. That's nice. Ben Brogg's not available. Big Rory Wilson is available. Let's put some of the band back together, shall we? Elton Hodger. Oh, Leo Costa would have been a great pickup. Let's put some of the band back together here in Hemel Hempstead. That's a plan. Tranmere signed Briscoe. Rob Conte wants to know why the fans will be upset by us selling him. He wanted to move and they offered us money. And that's how that works. Right, let's have a look at these lads just to see. Can't believe all those German and Greek lads are willing to actually come on trial to us. It's a bit odd, but they said yes. And I should hopefully have their attributes fully. Oh, if Oyatunde goes to York, it'll break my heart. Oh, you've gone to Dagenham. Oh, Daniel. Daniel, I thought we were family, bro. What are we even saying right now? Rory Wilson still looks very good at this level, though. I know he didn't score in Greece a lot, but maybe in £56,000 a year. He is a League 2 quality player, though. We'll try it. If I can get him bottom end of that, we'll go for it. Mate, you told me you'd do 56. Why your agent lied to me? Do you think we're going to bring in Paul Wagner, though? As long as he isn't all stupid money. Thing is, he is good enough to play at least 2 levels above this. So it's worth spending 60k on him. Like, he's got League 1 potential. We might not get a work permit for him, but it is worth the punt. I still can't believe Daniel Oyatunde joined. He thinks their squad's better than ours too. I mean, to be fair, they're probably in the league above. They are. That's fair. I can't hold that against him. It does mean the hunt for a striker continues. Because we now only have 2 in our squads. And since we play with a front 2, that feels like I probably need to have extras. Just signed Sonny Blue Low Everton just because he's a former Yeovil player. Is he any good? We can't afford him anyway, I suspect, but he's a handsome young boy. That sounded... Don't clip that. No clipping. We all know I meant that in the most complimentary, non-creepy way possible. We all know. And trouble is, because he's playing for Torquay and he's not on a free, he's going to be a problem for us to get. That's the trouble. Ronnie Stutter injured, which is not the worst thing, because that'll mean that we stop getting offers for him. Right, let's do the birth region way of adding to there. Gen info, region of birth region. There we go, birth region. Right. South Holland, crazy. Right, one of these will say London. One of them. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Who is here? We'll give him a trial. Just because big technique usually comes with big everything else. Again, don't clip that. Let's just look at unattached players for now, or expired players. That will help us out. That's got rid of all the birth regions. We're doing that. There we go. Oh. FM26. FM26. Deadline pass. Good work. Good work. Let's sort by reputation. See, Harrison Parker looks like he could have the makings of a good player, but he'll never get there because he's only got 1 to 4 determination. Damani Mella is a great player, but his stats aren't great in the game. James Daly is a name I know. He's an interesting looking player. Yeovil. $11 in, mad. What are we saying, Simon? Is James Daly any good? I assume he in real life plays for Yeovil. Current player, is he any good? Fair. Let's give him. We'll take him on trial. We'll have a look at him because that determination excites me. That determination brings me happiness. Harley Dean. No. Like, I know he's got no pace, but what I'm thinking is, if we could get Harley Dean playing as a DM, like just as a kind of anchor, he could be really interesting. Everyone after is running for him, but he hasn't played top level football in a while. But I remember him being really good at Brentford. Let's have a cheeky look. That's what I was thinking, Simon. I was thinking his passing looks really good for a defender. And because he's got no pace, I wouldn't want him in our back four anyway. But as a defensive midfielder, he could be a really interesting choice. It's a little out of the box, but it's interesting. Right. Oh, why couldn't you have one more thing of pace? Who are you wanted by? The usual suspects. Why have I got no indication of what you do best? Deep lying forward, potentially National League player. Doesn't fit our system, not very consistent. Oh well. It's a nice idea. We've already got a bid in for Aidan Evans. Bashil Lubega. Again, lacking some pace. He's a target man though. Don't know how you're going to be a target man at 5'10" with no jumping reach. He's not the worst player I ever looked at. League One potential. Needs to improve his strength. Can't cross, but I don't want him to if he's a target man. Committed. Brave. I think we go for Bashir Lubega. Yeah, all good. So I'll still be on. I'm going to be on for a while. I thought we sort of aim for a early slash long one today, just because we've got a lot to get through and transfer windows take forever at the best of times. Let's try and get him on 21. 21? 22. There you go. Take 22. All right. You've robbed me blind. Oh, this guy's come up beautifully. Oh, we've got to. I know it's going to mean a tactical change, but we've got to. Absolutely have to get him in the bag. 22. Go on, take 20. I know you'll take 22. We're going to settle on 22. I told you we'd settle on 22. Why did you faff me around? And this guy's come up filthy too. Oh, I'm glad we waited to see that. Alright, we'll take you as well, and we'll give you a whopping £10,000 a year. Why are you fighting me over 700 quid? Just 10 grand a year, even numbers, but let's keep it simple. This has come up nice so far. I always thought we should have kept Sean McGurk. I think in this save he is at South Shields. Yeah. Because he played against us last year and he was very, very good. We haven't got the money to bring him in. They probably want £500,000 for him. This guy could be an interesting addition to the squad too. Selfish player though. I don't really want any selfish players, but he's quick. We'll hold off on him. Hold off on him. Jeff Tarmadine. Yeah, that development's not going to happen for you, mate. I'm sorry, that's not going to happen for you. You'd have to do a lot more to convince me. Same with Vinnie Perkins, who does appear to have delivered some pace, though. Where are you wanted by? I think if we can get him on like a pay-as-you-play deal, we might go for him. We can. 300 an appearance? Come on, bud, do me a solid. If you play well, I'll give you a real contract. But for now, I just want to have that assurance that you're going to be able to see a season out. Marcus Gomez has come up nicer than I thought he would. He's very good. He's very, very good. He's worth paying 25-ish grand a year. I'm not going to guarantee you where you're going to play. You'll play where I put you, but come on, take it. Take 19.5. Alright, we'll give you 21. You've won this round. This is another one. No determination. No real terms pace. Again, if he came in as a backup and proved himself, he's another selfish player. I can't have that many selfish players in my team. Again, if he'll take a pay-as-you-play deal, he won't. He won't. Okay, well, tough. Kyrie Small doesn't have any technical skills. He's just a quick boy. He's just a quick boy that works hard. Which I love for him, but not for my team. Shaquille Sandiford could be an option, but again, he's not got the acceleration I want. Kasper Podgorny. Very versatile. Good determination, pace, passing, vision. 5'5". Where's the catch? Has worked doing the heading department. Probably has worked doing the growing department before we worry about his heading, to be honest. Yeah, I think we'll give him a deal. We'll give him a deal. Kasper Podgorny. And we'll take him on pay as you play, actually. That's strong. That's strong. That gives me a chance to figure him out. Same with Harry Randall, to be honest. We'll figure him out because that's great determination. The pace is fine. Passing and tackling of 11. Vision of 10. That's a backline beast for the bench. That is a backline beast for the bench. We'll pay him 120 an appearance. Come on, 120. Feels like a fee we can get done. 140? Good, we'll get 140 done. You're not going to play a lot. So we'll give you that deal. Harrison Parker. It's a shame he's got no determination. He developed so well. Dimitris Valkanis is starting to look very good. I don't know if we'll get a work permit for him, but we're going to try. Especially if we can get him for about 18. We can get him for 18. Alright, alright. The reunion is on. Dimitris Valkanis is there. Sarantis Selebakis. He needs a little more thinking time. This guy has the ability to develop, but he's not ready for this level yet. Which becomes a case of, let's bring him in and look at him. Oh, my word. I think we've run out of money. I think we have run out of money. I didn't even look at Dylan De Gale properly, and he is a player I need. But I suspect cannot have now. No. Well, I've taken away the plus and minus for there too. That's really, really friggin' helpful. Alright. If we were to get an offer for one of our players that let us bring him in, I think that would be business done. I think De Gale would be business done. Right, bear with me a second. I am going to be back in a moment. You are quite right, Liam. I think we probably will get a takeover soon. It has just occurred to me that once we've got all of the guys we've offered contracts to, how is Harley Dean not good enough for this level? Once we've got all those players we were looking at in, or we've offered contracts to in, I should be able to just kind of chuck my remaining transfer budget over to a wage budget and then be able to bring them in. I do have a backup tactical idea if we only have one striker, which was we'll wipe that off there because we're not going to use the broken tactic. That's not going to happen. I was thinking of doing, it would still be a vertical tiki-taka, why can't I pick drop-down tactics anymore? Why have they broken that now? Why is that a broken thing now? Every goddamn time. Every goddamn time. Was there an all button? We'll try it. We'll try it. I didn't see an all button, but... Oh yeah. It used to be there. Just below it. So... we'll start from that for our backup formation. And we will go... We'll start with both of that. So my thinking was, for a backup tactic, was that in possession, if we only have one striker, which is not impossible, I would go with something that looks a little bit like this in possession, with these two guys being wide midfielders so they can provide extra width on the flanks as we go forward. We'd have one of these guys being a second striker, and one of these guys would be a playmaker. Not necessarily the players we've got in the positions now, obviously. And then out of possession... In fact, that was not what I was thinking at all. Come on, brain, what were we thinking? No, we were thinking in possession we were going to do this. That was my thinking. In possession we'll do that with these two wider players being attacking midfielders. I would have a playmaker there, standard defensive midfielder there. These two guys would go on to be advanced wing backs, so they would give us all the width in there whilst everyone else gets forward and provides. And then in defence there, those two central midfielders would drop back to become holding midfielders. And in fact all three of them would drop back to be holding midfielders. Once we're out of possession, we would then have this guy here pressing, this guy here tracking, and our two wing backs would drop into being defenders, effectively just pressing on the outside there. That's my thinking. That's my tactical thinking for if we only end up with one striker, and then that would be how we would line up with our defensive midfield. So these guys effectively go out to be wing backs to help with the press. That was my thinking. We obviously won't commit to it, but or just yet, but that's sort of what I'm thinking. If I can't find another striker option, that was my backup thinking for that. So just a thing in my head, for now. Oh, we've got someone new here who's an Ipswich fan who wants help with the tactics. We can help with the tactics, um, or with the basics. If you click on you're already on the YouTube live. You click on the YouTube channel. I have in fact got a playlist of FM26 tips, tricks, guides, and basics. Several hours worth, to be honest. But if you've got questions, you can ask them in the chat. But my guides seem to get well received every year by the fine folk of Reddit, so that would be where I would suggest you start. Everyone's made offers for him. And County want Mohamed Kone, which is just mean. He must be English, second nationality by now. He's eligible. No, he's not eligible. Oh, my word. It's because I loaned him in Greece, isn't it? See, you know when you screw yourself over? If I hadn't loaned him that season, I think he'd be eligible for nationality now. Which is bothersome. But hopefully he'll still get a work permit. Because our lovely little Ivorian defender would be very helpful. Oh, we've drawn with Gresford. Crazy. It's not my Reddit, it's the Football Manager Reddit. I don't have a Reddit, or at least I don't have a Reddit a subreddit, because why do I need one? I have comment sections. I have a Discord. Why would I need my own subreddit? We've signed Randall. Good. We haven't signed Hopkirk. He's deceased. Man, there's nobody in the chat old enough to understand that joke, is there? There's nobody... Nobody in chat is old enough to understand that joke. He's not one for now anyway. He's one for the future. He's not going to play much, if at all, this season. If he does, it'll be off the bench. Gloucester City and off for Wellens. I assume that's Charlie. Says about the time in a save where he'd slipped in on league. Oh no, it's Alfie. Is Alfie a Richie Wellens kid? He might be a Richie Wellens kid. He could be one of Richie Wellens' kids. He is one of Richie Wellens' kids. I mean, just for that, we've got to offer him a trial. Just for that. Podgora needs a work permit, but if we sign him, we're cooking this season. I mean, Ipswich, it's good to know you post music. That's fun. Best of luck with it. Best of luck with that. Fleetwood have eased to victory over us, but to be fair, we've also played about 100 friendlies in the last week, so our players are probably... Oh, Coburn Bird. What a blast from the past. Coburn Bird. Oh, Dimitris Valkanis got his work permit rejected and he's not going to get one. Because he's not getting in Greece's squad. He's not good enough to get in Greece's squad, and he probably never will be. Which is a real shame. I guess the reunion is off. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. But the reunion's going to have to be off because I can't just have you here to party. I might be Liam. If I do, it will be the county, probably. It'll either be the county or the Merlin, would be my guess. Hey, Jeremy. How's the squad looking? We are looking okay at the moment. In terms of what we currently have under contract, if we get rid of our trialists, which it hasn't done, because why would FM26 work first time? We currently have this lot under contract. So we've got 3 really good goalkeepers, but I'm going to have to let Halliday go because he thinks he's first choice and he's not as good as Remy Mitchell. Centre halves, we're looking okay. I'd like to get 2 more in and let Dion Conroy go because we lose every time he plays. I'm looking at upgrades on both fullbacks if I can get them. In terms of holding midfielders, we're not too bad. Chukwueze plays really well despite not having a great star rating. Frimpong was clutch for us last year. I see Charlie's in chat. Yeah. Wings, we haven't been playing with wingers, but I've been looking at some wingers, so 50-50 whether or not Josh Cappin stays. Lewis Beckford converted to a cam last season and did brilliantly as a cam, so he's very strong. Charlie Pavey may be let go, we'll see. Same with Enrique Roca. If I got a bid for him, I'd let him go. Otis Honor, we're trying to turn into a cam because I think he'd be really good at it. And we currently only have Stutter and Apshon up top because we've just sold our other striker. So I'm probably looking for one more striker. But Ronnie Stutter looks good. Ronnie Stutter looks good when he scores. And Tim Apshon's just come in at the back end of last season on loan and impressed me enough to make it permanent. So we are rebuilding, but we're rebuilding carefully. My aim this season is promotion. We're looking for automatic promotion. That's our primary, really. And we should be able to get a promotion winning team together with what we've got. We've got a tactic that's working. We've got a backup tactic that I've just built that might pay off. All our friends from Greece keep leaving us to go other places. Like, what are you going to Notts County for? That's so sad. Hoping Paul Wagner comes in because he was very good for us in Greece. Why is one of our best players unhappy? I didn't see what... Oh, Shay Cahill. He's unhappy at the moment because he wanted to leave. He wants to leave because I triggered a contract extension when he wasn't happy about the quality of the squad. Yeah, so that's a thing. Do ignore Charlie in the chat being, as usual, completely unhinged. He's made it his life's mission to get banned from the channel as many times as possible, with as many accounts as he can create, which is fun. Because Charlie has no life and indeed probably mental health difficulties. So, you know, we try not to judge, but also That's fun. Uh, right. Now I've dealt with that. Yeah, so Shay Cahill essentially just wants to leave because he's not happy that I used the contract extension he agreed to extend his time here because he thought the squad wasn't good enough. Ironically, despite the fact he is our best player in terms of a star rating, he was shocking for us for most of last season. That 6.89 is being propped up by the 5 or 6 really good games he had, but he went missing all the time for us last season. So if he goes, I'm not unhappy about it. I am also trying to train him as a 10 because I think he'll do that well. But if he kicks off too much, I'm not against selling him just because I don't need that nonsense, really. But we have got the makings of a good squad here, and we've got the makings of a squad that can get promotion. Marcus Gomez is exceptional too. So that's always helpful. Make some chat this bit, right? Yeah, Marcus Gomez has just come in. He looks like a really good player. A really, really good player. Fulham released him. Can play all the way up the middle of the park in the defensive roles. Just a solid all-round player. Just a really solid all-round player that I'm quite excited to have in the squad. I think he's going to help us really push on this season. I haven't decided if he's going to play Oxford City of Nick Bashir Lubega from us and Gillingham of Nick Rory Wilson. Excellent. Yeah, I haven't decided if he's going to play as a centre-half or as a 6 next season, but he'll play pretty much every game regardless. He's a very good player. Yeah, we're just trying to build out. Like I said, I would like to find another striker. I've got offers in for a lot of players right now, so I can't put any more bids in, which is annoying because there is one trialist that I really, really want to get. I really want to get signed up as Dylan De Gale, who would be excellent in cam. He was released by Fulham as well. Have we got the money to offer him a deal now? We do. Oh, magic. 25? Done. Business done. Happy days. Dylan De Gale will be on his way in. I have mentally rejected these two guys because they just don't have any determination. It's not worth me bringing them in to try and develop them because they won't develop. And Anand Batra doesn't have any pace, which is what's putting me off signing him. Because at this level you really need a quick striker. And I don't want to be in a situation where I can't rely on having one of my quick strikers available. So, yeah, that's sort of the long and short of what's going on with the squad build at the moment. But it is coming along quite nicely. Oh, chat, we can have another 5'3" goalkeeper. Simon Terenovitz. A 5'3" goalkeeper. We've never tried that before. Should we try that again? Worked out really well for us in Greece, having a 5'3" goalkeeper. Literally couldn't catch anything. Oh, Will de Havilland could be a pickup. Pace is going. His legs have given up on him. That's not ideal. Donovan Wilson. Probably not. Bode Nuam Reeve. What's he saying? Good dribbling, good pace, good acceleration, good flair. Wanted by some teams that are around us. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at him. I think we already sort of dismissed Kane Thompson. Did we? Let's trial him. Let's try him. All right. it's not solving our striker problem, but I can probably survive or solve our striker problem in the loan market as well. So it's not priority number one. Like, after the transfer window for the Premier League teams and the EFL club shuts, I'll have a look at the loans to see who they've still got available, because they should have someone good available on a free. Noonan Reeve looks good. Ex-Brighton. We'll keep him around for a week, see how he looks. Somehow this 5'3" goalkeeper has 3.5-star current ability. How? He can't even reach to tie his shoelaces. If it turns out that all these stats are mega, I may have to sign him. We may have to make the 5'3" goalkeeper mistake again. Cade Thompson-Summers, not necessarily as good as I thought he'd be, but we'll give him a chance to prove himself, because he is a decent player who could improve maybe. He's quick, but he's inconsistent in front of goal. But then, realistically, he's a defensive midfielder. How often am I putting him in front of goal? The odd penalty shootout, maybe, at best. Oh, there's the stupid question again. When I figure out where that line of code is, I'm going to take that out of the game. I'm going to delete that line of code from the game, so I never get asked that question again. Sophia Wilson on her way to Manchester City. That's mad. Vinnie Perkins, we didn't get Vinnie Perkins. That's okay. That's okay, because this squad is good enough to go up without any additions. We are just adding anyone we can who will improve us long term, bar the need for a striker. The need for a striker is a problem, but I don't know if there's anyone out there that I want. Don't know if there's anyone out there that I want. Ellis Lehane, maybe? Ooh. You know what? We'll have a chat with you. We'll have a wee chat with you. Shauna Dark was available. Oh, lordy. Shauna Darkwood, do come and have a trial. Because he is quite the goal scorer at this level. He is a player I enjoy a lot. He was with us on last year's journey. I enjoy Shauna Darkwa. If he shows any semblance of ability whatsoever on his trial, that's going to be a trial that we make happen. Or a transfer we make happen. Right, Lehane. Ooh. I would say that's a probably. Ex-Spurs. Won't hold that against him. He needs to come down in wages a touch, because I'm not paying north of 30 for him. Perfect. And then what is Shauna Darkwa saying? Because if Shauna Dark was saying 3 stars or above, he's not. That's a shame. He scored loads of goals for me in the FM24 journey. Loads of goals for me. I'm not going to confirm a player without a work permit, so that's put Gordon out. We will say some nice words about Marcus. Rock of a player, utmost confidence. We're all delighted. Disagree. Magnificent cap. Oh, for Christ, they need to fix that. Magnificent captures, type of shining, blah blah blah. Fits like a glove. Versatile, excellent. Didn't ask me if he was my best friend or not. We are happy. We are smiley. We are free. Insert song from High School Musical. Insert song from High School Musical. Right, this is the big week of friendlies. We've got to beat Reading and we've got to beat Oxford. It's just the rules. We have to beat Reading and we have to beat Oxford. Anything else is failure. Who's coming for Lehane? Oh, a bunch of League 2 and League 1 clubs. Alright, Ellis. Listen, bud, I never do this. Alright? You can't tell your friends, because I never do this. But I'm going to give you an extra 10 grand a year. An extra 10 grand a year if you sign for us instead of all those League 1 teams. It's never an offer I make to anyone. I never give away money if I don't have to, but you look good. Okay, we've drawn with Reading. We can hold our heads up a little bit as long as we don't lose to Oxford. Come on, we can do this. I'm going to appeal Wagner's work permit because I think he should be given one. I think. Let's see what it done be saying. Decision by the 23rd. Okay, right. Let's beat Oxford. Come on, let's beat Oxford in the friendly. That will be our next step. And then we've got to play Quorn, where Quorn comes from. Then Bristol and Cardiff. Come on, you know you want to cut. Any of these players need renewing. Oh, we've got to renew Ronnie Stutter. Your squad, the squad is at a level matching your ambitions. All right, love. We're working on it. We are working on it. If you could be so kind as to work on it, that would be nice. Just help make them better. Oh, we've drawn with Oxford. All right. We are. That's positive signs, especially because our players must be knackered from their pre-season by now. Ellis Lehane is injured. Good. Everyone else can just lose interest in him. Just forget he exists. And then he can sign for me. That's the ideal. Come on, get it done. Get it done. That is what we're saying. That is what we are saying. Let's get it done. I can't believe I've been up for like 2 hours already streaming. That's wild. Wild. It's flown by. We should be into the new season within a couple of weeks. Not of streaming. I'm not streaming for 2 weeks straight. But within a couple of weeks in game, we should be into the new season, ready to see how our boys do in action. And then we can start thinking about what we do for tactics and for loans. It could well be a case where Liam gets to play up top for us because we have no other strikers though at this rate. That's okay. I'm not going to try too hard to persuade you. If you don't want to come, you don't want to come. Is Tony Lee any good? Not really. I get really confused because I had a regen called Miles Straker on 1FM. He was a goalkeeper. And he was really good. Yeah, probably Liam. I'll probably still be around. Enjoy it. Go destroy them. Proud of you for playing some CS:GO. So would Benny. Benny would be proud of you for getting on the CS:GO. Mason Bloomfield. I haven't. I don't play a lot of shooters, to be honest. I used to. I used to play a lot of Rainbow Six. Not Siege. Vegas. And then me and my friends got a little bit banned from playing together on Rainbow Six Vegas online, because said friends happened to all actually be in the military, and so we had this like military grade tactics going, and people got upset. People got very upset by us. So which I guess is fair, to be honest, because there were some games where we did not give anyone a fair chance. Terrell Whitaker. I do not mind if I do. I do not mind if I do, even just as a backup. I do not mind if I do. We've run out of money again. That's okay. We've run out of money again, but we'll find another striker. Promotion odds. What are they saying? We're not favourites to go down. Excellent. Are we favourites to do anything this year? Sixth. Sixth is good. None of our players... Oh, Ronnie Stutter's in the Dream 11. That's good. That's a great sign. That is quite a great sign. We should beat Corn quite easily. Dylan De Gale is in the bus. Welcome, Dylan De Gale. Get that man a cheesy photo with a shirt somewhere. And he goes in as our cam, which is even tastier. Do need Lehane to agree to join us, though. That would be nice. Harry Montague. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Not going to make it, but that'll be fine. Right, let's decide some squad numbers. Excellent. Then we do the check to make sure no goalkeepers have ended up with stupid numbers I don't want them to have. I don't know who Lakai Chavanez is, so he probably shouldn't have number 20. Any other players with numbers that are going to bother me? Because these things do be bothering me. Dion Conroy can keep his number 5 shirt. I don't want Dylan De Gale wearing a number 6. Thank you. You can have a number 8. Who's got number 4 right now? Because I would rather that was Chuck's. And Frimpong can have number 16 because that's a defensive midfielder's number. No one else with odd numbers. Shay Cahill wearing 7 I can live with because he plays on a wing enough. So no one's taken 11. No one's taken 11. Alright, cool. Alright. We'll live with that. We will live with that. So Dylan De Gale is now with us. We'll get Ronnie Stutter to welcome him to the club. He should be weaponry for us in terms of creating things from that cam roll. Feeling good about our midfield now. I think our midfield is more or less where I want it. Maybe one more holding midfielder, maybe. I think left back still needs a look, because we've kind of struggled with left back. Denise Hill. Everything except determination. Everything except determination. Kurai Masani. We'll give you a trial. Who you wanted by Haverfordwest. Yeah, we'll give you a wee cheeky trial. Jack Connors, maybe? No. No, because he can't run. And I have no need for a left back that can't run. Freddy Kulnic. Ooh. Ooh. We'll try you out. Don't know enough about you to give you a contract, but I'll give you a trial if you want to take it. That's on you. Okay, left back might be another one for the trial, for the loan list. Mushani coming in on trial. Beautiful, thank you, buddy. You've decided to just go to Dartford. Fair enough. Well, that was a waste of a trial. Danny Jackson, please don't come back. You've asked the stupidest question again. The stupidest question. In fact, we've got Watford as a parent club. I can get Watford players on loan for free. Yes, we'll do a thing for Dylan De Gale. We know how good he is. We'll get out of his way. He knows more to release. Blah blah blah. Good. Yeah, let's have a look to see what Watford have to offer us. Because if Watford have got a left back lying around we can borrow, that'd be great. Raul Van Seer was terrible for us. Will you let me loan the guy that's wanted by a bigger club? No. No, you won't. Okay, let's try Toby Akinyimka. Oh, hello. We're going to say he's going to be a squad player, because we don't know how good he is. Big striker could be a shout. Big Venezuelan striker could be a shout. Let's have a cheeky Venezuelan. Cheeky Venezuelan till the end of the season. Let's go with that. That'll do us. Right, the last big test. Bristol City. That's the next big test. Oh, I don't know why tiredness has suddenly hit me. I'm usually streaming until like 4 AM. I don't know why streaming early has somehow made me tireder. Watford willing to discuss deal for Akinyimka. Oh, Lehane signed for Burton. Make the end of the season and we'll talk. Perfect. Perfect. I cannot believe Ellis Lehane decided to join Burton. Are they loaning him out? They're not. They want to play him. They want to play him. Oh, I could loan him for the year. You've just got him for free. You've just nicked him from me for free, and now you want a clause requiring me to buy him for 300. No. Absolute cheek. Absolute cheek of them. Okay. David Nyarko. Is David Nyarko the player I want? Did play for Gutney, which sounds like I've gone Scottish. I haven't. It's just how you pronounce the name of that place. I could bring in Taj Sodje, but I don't feel like cheating. We'll take a gamble. We'll trial him out. We'll trial him out. What's the worst that can happen? Alishtica offer negotiated. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, we'll agree to that purely because we like you. But don't think it's going to happen again. Right, what are we saying with Sodje? He's quick. He can finish. We know he can finish because he scored against us like 3 times last season. If he'll come in as a backup, we'll bring him in as a backup. The squad will do. You're from a family of drug dealers, mate. You're not going to get £150,000 to play at this level. Behave yourself. Serena Wiegman has resigned from her position as England manager. Oh, how I wish I could apply for that. Oh. That's the job we want, Loki, being Lioness's boss. Taku Mavuti. What makes him a bad player? He's not strong enough and he's terrible in the air, but he thinks he can play centre half. Gotta be honest, I disagree. But he can cross and tackle. Non-contract? £100 an appearance? Come on, it's not that outrageous. Alright, we'll do 120. You're not really going to play. You're just essentially on an extended trial. I just want to have a look at you over the course of a season. I do kind of want Kyrie Moore. As an experiment more than anything. I don't know if he can turn from that into a decent player. Again, if he'll take a non-contract, we'll take that. But otherwise, no. Or 20 quid appearance fee, absolutely, sure. Fill your boots, mate. Fill your boots. Play as much as you like. I am gonna have to think about some of these other ones. Ikaroa could be good. Won't create anything. That's the trouble. He won't create anything. Leon Scarlett, he could be a cheeky option. I'd forgotten I brought him in. He could be a cheeky little option. And at 20 quid a game. Definitely a cheeky little option is Leon Scarlett. I'll just have to resist the urge to make him captain. Excel Ed Okungboa. Sure. You've got backup striker written all over you. Probably going to have to lower your expectations in terms of what you're going to get paid for an appearance, mate. I'll be honest. Because I don't think you're 200 quid a week's worth of striker. Jacob Lowe might improve. Where's he from? Leighton Orient. Yeah, why not? Why not? We'll give him a shot. That should be enough depth options up front. Like, I know we're going to have to loan in some other players, but it really does make left back our only challenge at this stage. I say that. Jeremy Ouattara might not develop. Let's have a look. Fonte Daly Campbell. What another blast from the past. Wanted by Jib Lions. A Sri Lankan? A Sri Lankan with good determination. You don't see those in the game every day. Maybe. Maybe. What are you? Where were you playing last? Hornchurch, nowhere I'm going to really go looking for young players from. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Right, let's see how this fella Simons looks. Fabian Simons. Just over a week to go till the first game of the season. I don't like the words Ouattara transfer saga set to develop. That's a thing I could do without having. What was that about? Chesham want to make an offer for him. Okay. Simons. Potential's there. Alright. Youth like non-contract? Non-contract will give you a shout. Just in case Ouattara leaves. Just in case Ouattara leaves. Maldini Kakuri is wanted by everyone on loan. He's a good little player. He's a good little player. Wasn't going to happen. He wants to play for a bigger, or they want to play with better players. Okay, Bracknell for Lincoln Sinclair. Where are those Watford players? Where are the Watford players? Oh, we've drawn with Cardiff as well. That's good. We'll ignore the smashing we got by Bristol City. Warrington next. And then we start our season with an Oxford City game, which is lovely. Jacob Lowe, welcome. Oh, Bodie Noonan Reeve has gone elsewhere. Absolute savage. He didn't give us a reason why, he just went somewhere else. Excellent. Excellent. Right, let's have a look. Who's there? Cole Brannigan. I'd have to take a long old look at him. Oh, you're on trial. Released by Villa. We'll try it. See what stupid money he wants. Oh, that's fine money. That's fine money. I can work with that. I can work with that. Machida Gumbo. If the determination's there, he'd solve a left back issue. He would solve a left back issue. And a hefty price, but he'd solve the issue. Come on, come down in price. There we go. There we go. Anyone else? Mason Stevens. What do we know about you? Ex-Wolves. Come for a trial. Show me what you got, kid. You got some moxie, see? Gotta bring your A game, see? Another 5'4" goalkeeper. Don't mind if I do. Do not mind if I do. We've signed low. Excellent. He is a choice, but if he develops, there could be some goals. Warmington, Tyrese Warmington, a tiny goalkeeper, and Archie Christie Craney, a midfielder. Just looking for the final pieces now before we start the season. Mason Stevens, sir, you are a final piece of my puzzle. There is no way this ends badly, so welcome. Welcome to the team. Take 22. 22, go on. There we go, 22. Take it. Good stuff. You're 18 years old. You can live on 22,000 a year. You live with your mum. Tyrese Warmington. Yes. I think yes is going to be the answer here. I think that'll be a yes, but we'll have a look after we've played Warrington, because he should play in that game. He should feature in that game. And then we can have a proper little look at him. Beckford wants a new contract. Do you know what? Do you know what, Lewis? I think that's fair. I do think that's fair. My instincts tell me I would like to give you a new contract. So let's do that. Let's see if we can get you for 14. 3 years? No. 14, bud. You can do 14. It's a 700% wage increase. I think you'll survive. Think you will survive. Right. I believe you will survive. Oh, right. Mafuti in the bus. Ed Okunboa in the bus. Where are our Watford players? Was that one of the ones we put? I think it was one of the ones we put in for. Where are our Watford players? One rejected it. The other one hasn't yet. Want him playing up top. That's what I want. Is I want him playing up top. And then we're good. Fabian Simons, excellent. You can come. It's another player who's turned us down. Too many players keep turning us down, but it's okay. What are we saying preview-wise now? We're up above 6th, still in 6th. Still playoffs. But we need a better run this year because the playoffs were not good for us last year. Oh no, oh, it's only a couple of days. It's okay. That's okay. That's one of those injuries that just kind of happens pre-season. That's okay. Come on, where's our Watford boy? Kyrie Moore is in. Just need that left back too, that would be helpful. Oh, come on, you've rejected a loan as well, you absolute meanie poo. Alright, we'll have another look at the end of August for loans, see who's out there. See who wants to come and play. Choose Hemel captain for the season. Well, frankly, I think that's probably our best options. Let's give Harley Dean a contract. Backup contract. Non-contract. Oh, wait, the devil, no. Sure, that'll do. That we'll confirm them as our captains for the season. That'll do. And then let's just make it zoom through to the first game of the season. Whilst I do a pre-match stretch, we will be back. Okay, match day. Match day is upon us. And we haven't brought in any new players, I don't think. Oh, we did. A Gungbo is here, good. And Scarlet. Excellent. Excellent. So we've got a lineup ready, or nearly. We've got players to go into a lineup ready. Let's quick pick that together. And first team is almost fine. We will not be putting Dion Conroy at the back. We'll put Thomas there for now. Ouattara on the bench. Let's get rid of everyone who can't play. O'Sullivan on the bench. Coley, De Gale. Don't need Capin on the bench. I'd quite like him to leave. Frimpong on the bench too. Right, Thomas, are you our best bet there? Probably with Gomez in the 6. I think we'll take Sané off the bench and we'll put Harley Dean in there. Elodie, hi. How can I tell that a French women's football is full of middle class women? The fact there's names like Agathe, Delphine, etc. Yeah. Yeah. Although, historically, French football has always been quite middle class. There was always a very big culture in French football of them rejecting the idea that it was a working class game. So it doesn't completely shock me that the women's game would be much the same. Are you our best striker to be in that role? Hey Simon, welcome back. You rejoined just in time for our first game of the season. And I have to figure out which striker I want on the bench because I've had to sign a bunch of kids. For now. I think rather than putting Okungboa on there, just because I find it amusing, because as you know I'm a massive child, we're going to put Captain Scarlet on the bench. Just because we've also got Captain Zaf Brannigan in our team. Yeah, pretty much, Aldi. So, what you've missed while you've been away, Simon, really quick recap to catch you back up. I did bring in Harley Dean. He's on a non-contract, so he's not going to cost me any money, but he should be a decent holding midfielder replacement once I teach him it, which I should be teaching him it now, and I'm not, so that's reminded me to do that. Let's teach him to be a defensive midfielder. And we've brought in this fella, Mazid Ogungbo. I brought him in because I needed a left back, but he turned out to be our best centre half, so go figure. 6'2" and can jump. That's all I really need from the Irish boy. Left back is still an issue because I've not found anyone I'm desperately in love with. Captain Zach Brannigan is a former Aston Villa youngster who looks pretty tasty. His passing isn't gonna, create any legends, but he'll do. And in terms of players to know today as well, Dylan De Gale will come off the bench at some point. He's going to be our starting 10 usually, but he's just had an injury, so We'll keep an eye on him, but I think he's got potential to be a huge player for us this season. Exactly, Ali. That's the French football in a nutshell. Yeah. So otherwise, we're looking good. A bunch of these guys are kids. I'm sure we'll get through the first team of them over the course of the season, though. Still no offers for Dion Conroy. We've still got Cap in here, despite the fact I don't really want him. I don't want to release him just because he can play up top. But that's our lineup. Set piece routines have not been set up for the map. Are you special? I've had set piece routines all season. Is this because of the update? Is this another stupid update thing? Has it just wiped all my corners? I'll be raged. Let's load my corner routine up. Thank you. And let's have our attacking throw-ins going long if we've got someone that can take them. Or if we don't. To be fair, we don't. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do that. Indeed, that's some sports knowledge. We like the sports knowledge. Yeah, what? Oh, I don't know, Simon, if you saw Marcus Gomin's coming in as well. He's a Latvian that we have signed on a free from Fulham, who looks very, very tasty. Think he'll be a star player for us this season. We shall throw some squad numbers at some people. Weird that if you're a left winger, you wouldn't request the number 3. So number 11. Weird. Oh well. Actually, I'm going to give it to him because otherwise that'll annoy me. It'll annoy me not having someone wearing it. It's annoying not having someone wearing number 3 as well, to be honest. But if Mazid Agungbo is going to play at centre half mostly, that'll annoy me more. Ah, the tism. Right, we're ready to go. We're ready to go for our opening game of the season. We are playing Oxford City. Be prepared for the inception of confusion. There are some excellent names in this Oxford City side, including Dino Kaiser, which sounds terrifying, Bashir Lubega, who we tried to sign and went to them instead, and both Frank and Ollie St. Vincent. Excellent stuff. Great stuff. Good. Yes, I'm aware, Ellie. I did play some college football in my youth. I am very well versed in my football physical knowledge. I played as a defensive tackle at university. Yes, we are preparing. That's a new button. I like they took the word skip off of it. Replaced it with preparing. Right. Apparently they fixed the match engine and they've given us shouts. But they've given us back the old shouts from FM24 that did nothing. So, let's see what that looks like in real terms. I'm glad City are wearing the blue and white hoops. I'd have been so lost. So lost after playing with Supermarine all day. Would have driven me mad. Beckford to Agungbo to Shooter to Beckford. Shooter's not been terribly good for us, but I just didn't get any offers for him. Beckford over the top looking for Stutter. Ronnie Stutter in for Captain Zapf. And he has not managed to score. And Tim Apshon wasn't there. And Misanga hoofs it upfield. Waldron. I thought they said there was shouts. There are shouts. They're up here. We can do it in courage. We can do it in courage. It feels like I'm managing again. Feels like I'm managing again. Crazy. It's only just come on the update today that I thought I had and didn't until I restarted the game. But yeah, they are now in there. We can now pretend they do something to help our team out. We can even do it again. Look, let's encourage again. Really just keep them encouraged. It does wonders. Stutter to Shooter to Stutter to Brannigan Come on, create a thing. Create a thing. Cahill, over the top, Stutter, Brannigan. Brannigan on his debut. What a pickup, Cole Brannigan. What a pickup. What a pickup. That finish was special, and Cole Brannigan just became an instant classic. And having Dino Kaiser in goal did not scare him at all, apparently. And I'm not against this front two of Stutter and Apshon. They were really good for us towards the back end of last season. We could be cooking. And there are some tired legs out there already. There are some very tired legs out there already, but I have run them into the ground in pre-season. I'm not shocked. I have deliberately got fullbacks on the bench because I expected that to be a problem. As Big Tim picks up the ball and plays it out for Beckford. Beckford to Stutter. Shooter on an overlap. Can he create something? Goes back to Beckford. Probably wasted the momentum he had, to be honest. Finds Stutter into the box. Has a pop. Ronnie Stutter with the goal. Welcome back, Liam. You join us as we lead 2-0 against Oxford City in our opening game of the season. Captain Zaf Brannigan scored the first, and Ronnie Stutter has just done this, and we've got shouts again, so I can praise my boys. I mean, it looks like I haven't said anything like particularly egregious, except for the fact that Ronnie Stutter before would have probably smashed that one at the corner flag. Are there oxen in Oxford City? Actually, historically, where Oxford City play on Marsh Lane, that whole area used to be used as farmland for grazing oxen. Right up until not long before I was born. Because I actually grew up, when I was a very small child, I lived on the housing estate next to the stadium. So I remember being taught at primary school about what that whole area used to be. There we go. Chance to make it 3. Beckford's over a corner. Into the box. Has come off everything. Beckford to Gomins. To Thomas. To Cahill. Waldron. Back to Thomas. Let's make it 3. Let's make it a cheeky 3. We're not going to make it a cheeky 3 that way. I'm going to have to do some tiredness subs in a second. As Big Dino Kaiser. Did Oxford get relegated? What, City? No, they've been in this league forever. I don't like United in this universe, but I'll have a look. Waldron. Oh, brought down. Right, let's make those changes. Yeah, there were oxen in Oxford. Oxford is actually, historically speaking, a contraction of Oxen Ford, because Oxford sits at the intersection of 2 rivers, and people used to drive oxen across the ford, which is why it became known as Oxford. There you go. I know my history. People should never question my historical brainage. Tim's having a bad game. Let's try Captain Scarlet up top. He can't do worse. You never know. He might be a powerhouse. I didn't get the Venezuelan Jeremy. He refused to join me on loan. I am so disappointed. I'm so disappointed he refused to join me. Imagine having a South American striker in the National League North. People would be out with pitchforks. You'd have people painting flags on roundabouts. Would have preferred to stay on the bench. Are you serious? Let's put some fresh legs in our midfield. I am going to try the Harley Dean in midfield experiment. Just because I think he can really do something magic there. Beckford can come off for De Gale. We'll swap those guys around. This could be a thing. So I guess people used to ford the river at Rockford. I don't know. It's harder with American town names because they tend to just name them after places in Europe. Yeah, lots of places in England have ford in them because it's a place where someone used to do something with a river, or because it was near a river, or whatever. So like Swindon used to be a big pig farming area, so it's literally short for Swine Town. I can't tell you what Hemel Hempstead would have been. My guess would be some kind of textiles thing, I would guess. I would assume textiles was their thing. It was called Hempstead or Hempstead, referred to in the Doomsday Book as Hemel Hempstead, and then became a bunch of things because they couldn't figure it out. The site of a building or pasture is a clearing in the woods. There we go. So it became that because apparently it was an area full of trees. There we go. Lovely. Learned a thing. There's some history. There is some history. See, I've always been told it was Swine Town, but yeah, that makes as much sense. It sort of all depends on whether the area you live in was populated by Normans, Saxons, Romans, or Vikings, essentially, for Danes. Danes? Norse? Whichever, for the longest period. Basically is what your town names around you look like. So like Hemel Hempstead, I mean, Stead would tend to be placed in a German language, so I'd assume they were largely dominated and named by Saxons, but I can't be bothered to go back and look. Yeah, sure, let's hold a press conference because they both played well last game. I think his best position is left back, but we'll see because he is our best centre half, so he might stay there. He might stay there. We've got our first win on the boards. We are in 5th. We're in 5th in the National League North after one game. I haven't used any of our loan signing spots yet because I'm waiting until September begins to have a look at those. So I will bring in another striker on loan. I will bring in another left back, I would imagine. And I will probably bring in another right back. And then maybe another holding mid. That's basically my thinking. There you go. Rockford, Michigan was originally named Laphamville and was renamed Rockford to honour the Rocky River Ford. There we go. I mean, to be fair, with American place naming and it being a place in Michigan, it could very easily have been that someone once played a guitar in a Mustang, couldn't it? So it could have gone either way, to be honest. Right, Macclesfield next. Formerly Robbie Savage's Macclesfield, but we can't call them that anymore. You appointed who? Gemma Granger? I'm sorry, Gemma Granger as England manager? I mean this in the nicest possible way, because she's a very good manager. But also, get fucked. Frankly. Yeah. We don't want an ex-Wales boss in charge of England. What is that? What is that nonsense? FM doing FM things. Right, we've got another team selection coming up. Let's run the randomizer. I've really got to put Dion one of these days I'm going to accidentally let him play. And I'll regret every second of it. Because we'll lose about 17-0 because he's just that bad. Put Harley Dean back on the bench. Captain Scarlett is there. Beckford is there. Which means we just need to drop Frimpong in. Maybe? Maybe? Yeah. Frimpong in. That feels good. That feels strong. I brought De Gale to play as a 10. But for some reason he's decided he's going in midfield. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Let's Oh, I'm aware, Ellie. I'm just making jokes. There is a place that's been habited for 350 years near the Canadian border. It's known as Canada. Yeah. Okay. This is the one where we get murdered every time because Anton Dvorak scores against me every goddamn time I come up against him, and I should have tried to sign him in the summer, to be honest, because it looks like he's moved clubs. But Anton Dvorak scores against us every single time. Every single sodding time. And I don't want that happening here. Well, their manager's looking snazzy. That's a snazzy looking manager. Right, let's get this done. Let's get result number 2. We are going to go all out, all winning. That's the dream. It was part of Quebec, you are right. Eccleston to Sutton Bangura, come on shooter, try some tackling. Just once. I promise you, if you try tackling just once, it's like crack, you'll love it. I can always hope he decides to try it, you know. Not crack, obviously, tackling. I'd love it if he tried tackling. Because I don't think I've ever seen him attempt to tackle. I genuinely don't think I've ever seen him attempt to tackle. He gets booked all the time, but I don't know what for, because it can't be tackling people. Oh, stop everything. We finally got a reaction to a rebound. The match engine is fixed. We got a reaction to a rebound. Wild. Absolutely crazy stuff. But can we get a goal? Because if we get a goal, we are laughing. And then it's time for everyone to pack their bags, load them up, for HMS Piss the League is setting sail. Nobody wanted to take us away from Hemel this summer. Everyone's going to want us next summer. Everyone's going to want us. Barcelona, Bayern, Real Madrid, Portsmouth, all the glamour clubs. They're all going to want us. That's offside. Behave yourself. That's what miles offside. How has that been given? He was miles offside. He was absolutely miles offside. Crazy. Crazy stuff. Right, let's get back into it. Come on, we were just boarding HMS Pistol League. And you've done that. Jesus Christ. Indeed, the mouth of the port. Come on, why? Have we got individual player shells yet? We have, but we can't use any. That's definitely a need for a left back. That was definitely Shooter's fault. Why are we so awful? Every time we play Macclesfield, we're awful as well. Right, come on, build. Build something. Ronnie stutters through. Ronnie stutters lost the ball. It's fallen to Big Tim. To Cahill. Come on, get a crossover, mate. Get a crossover. You can do this. Cut it back for Waldron, who has a pop for no good reason whatsoever. What on earth? So, commentary has attributed that goal to Marcus Gomez, which I would have done. But the caption has attributed it to Smith. FM26 things. Gomez has got the credit down there as well. But yeah, it was saying it was this Smith fella, but that's fine. Gomez with an absolute rocket buster from range. What a boy, what a lad. Man is a hero to all of us. If our strikers could just look a little bit interested, and if Shooter could just look a little bit interested. We have to get better in front of goal. Right. Shooter. Tim. Ronnie. You've not been good enough. Remy, if you could just wake the fuck up. That would be delightful, quite frankly. Because as goalkeepers go, you are occasionally really, really good, and then often really not. And I am tempted to replace you with a 5'4" goalkeeper, because I've got two of them on trial. Big Tim, Ronnie Stutter, puts us back on terms. I knew he wouldn't let me down. I knew he'd appear. I knew Big Ronnie would step up. And Big Ronnie has levelled the game up. He is tiring though, which is troubling. But Tim got the assist. They have connected. They have scored. Does mean I can probably take Ronnie off now. Absolutely. I'm not going to do a Ronnie stutter joke because that's mean to people who have stutters. But, right. Let's do some tactical substitutions. I will send O'Sullivan in, even though I know he's not really good enough. Ouattara can go in because he might score another wonder goal. And even though Ronnie just scored, Captain Scarlett can replace him because he's tired. It does feel cruel, but I'm sure it wasn't chosen to be mean. But we now have Captain Scarlett and Captain Zaf Brannigan on the field, so we are all set for captains. Neither of them is the captain of the team. In fact, I can't remember who is the captain of the team, but it's neither of those two. Gomez gets it cleared. Good. Looking for Captain Scarlett. Doesn't find him. Still doesn't find him. Come on, he's not hard to see. I can see him. Can we get a tackle away? That'd be nice. Can we get some defending? For Christ's sake. Jesus Christ. Big Tesco's isn't open as often as our defence is. I don't want to bring Harley Dean on as a centre-half, though, because he's got, like, 3 pace. He'd be utterly useless to us as a defender. Right, Captain Scarlet. Be a hero. Into the box. Big Tim can't get there. Cahill can, but he puts it wide. Thomas is tiring, though, and that's a real problem for me. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it. Right. Lewis Beckford. I want you to go in there. Do I? Yes. And then I'm going to send in Frimpong. No, send in a Coley for Thomas. And we'll drop Gomez to the back. That feels smarter. I hope that sorts our defence out a bit. Captain Scarlet is not having a great game. But then I said that about Ronnie Stutter and he scored, so maybe it's a sign. Gomez, Cahill, back to Gomez, gives the ball away. Agumbo is there though, and De Gale has given the ball away. I bet this is going to be one of those things where it took us so long to figure out a tactic that worked with this diamond, and now they've updated the match engine. I bet wingers work again now. Wonder how long one can play ping pong with a Frimpong? Well, there are many Frimpongs. I'm sure you can find one and find out. It's a very, very common surname. Right, Cahill finds Beckford to Gomez. Over the top by Beckford. Captain Scarlet. Captain Scarlet hits everything but net. Everything but net. De Gale straight at the keeper. And this one is looking like it's going to go down as a loss unless we do something miraculous here. I looked at Reggie Morris Aguiman as well, didn't I? Cahill over the top, headed away. Captain Scarlet with a header into the box. It's not got anywhere. Dvorak has cleared it. Let's get this forward. Come on. Coley. Forward, mate. Big ball. That's what we like to see. Can't find Big Tim. That's going to be our last chance to get anything out of this game. And we have gone to Mac and returned with nothing. And I don't like what I saw from this team. But I don't like what I saw from Remy Mitchell. I don't think Remy Mitchell is playing next game. I know it feels cruel. But he didn't put the work in. He did not put the work in. So he gets dropped. That's how that works. He gets dropped because he was useless, quite frankly. He was of no use to us whatsoever. Whatsoever. Okay. Let's do that now while I remember. Let's put Joel back in goal. Just because it rhymes. And also because he's our second best goalkeeper and he's tall enough to reach the ball. We really do have to address goalkeeper. We really do have to address goalkeeper. I found a shorter goalkeeper than what we had in Greece though, which Simon and Liam will particularly enjoy. I found a 5'3" goalkeeper, not 5'4" Sebastian Jensen, a 5'3" goalkeeper, and he's arguably better than Remy Mitchell, but I cannot bring myself to put a 5'3" goalkeeper whose mum cuts his hair for him in goal. But I think he had better reflexes too. I think he had better reflexes. No. No, not quite. I know, it's fine. Goalkeeper might continue to be an issue. What are we doing transfer business wise? Nothing in, all outs. Okay, right, I'm going to do a quick stretch break again because I am at that kind of stretchy time of my day. But again, I'll be back very rapidly. Uh, yes, early. We've now found 3 goalkeepers under 5'4". Whilst we've been doing this, right? Are we good? Yeah, we are good. Right, Telford. Telford next. Let's win, please. I think that's the only change I want to make. De Gale's going to be so much. He's not better there. Okay. Oh no, Captain Scarlet's ineligible. Oh no. I guess we try another striker up top then. Which of our under 18s are playing? Okay, it's going to have to be Capin as our striker on the bench. That's why I didn't release him. Because I knew the day would come where I needed him to play. Right, Shooter. I don't think I want to give you another chance. But that does mean a reshuffle. Put a Gumbo there. Let's try Sané in there. I feel like I need to sign more centre halves. Add centre halves to our loan list. Let's do that. Let's add centre halves to our loan list. Right, Joel Halliday, your chance to come in from the cold and prove that you should be my number 1. That's what we're looking for. Because our keeper clearly is not up to scratch. They have got... Oh, this is the team with Amari Miller playing for them. And Jordan Slew. Ah, no. Okay, get out, impress me. Do a thing. Okay. Well, Joel seems happy. Let's try this. Let's try this. Skip that. We don't need to see that. We just need to see the game kick off. And we need to get some goals. Tim Apshawn is going to score. That's my prediction. He'll score today. That's what I need from him. So all I need from him, to be honest, is for him to score. And I'll be very happy. Very happy if Big Tim can get a goal for us, please. Any chance of a goal from anyone? Take a Telford goal at this point. It's just nothing happening. There are just no goals coming. Corner, finally. Right, come on. Let's have a goal from us, ideally. But it's just nice to see the ball in play, to be honest. Because that was honestly a nothing first half. Wow. That was a thrilling highlight. This is a thrilling game so far. So good job Hemel and Telford aren't on opposite sides of the country, because you'd feel really bad if you'd driven all this way to watch this game. I feel bad that I've been sat here watching this game, to be honest. We owe Telford after last game because something happened. They beat us. It was the playoffs, wasn't it? Apshawn, stutter. Not happy. Get better. Get good, please. Keep going. Improve. That kind of thing. Betty! How are you, buddy? Welcome. Welcome to the chat. It's nice to have you here. It's been a little bit quiet tonight. It's been a touch quiet. Don't know why. Maybe it's because it's Thursday. Maybe Thursday. Oh, is there European football tonight? Maybe there's football on TV tonight. I don't know. Anyway, I hope you're well. We've just started off our new season. Started it with a great win. Then our goalkeeper forgot what his hands could do, so I've swapped him out for the goalkeeper for this game. And now we're enduring the single most uneventful football match I've ever watched. I think it's like our third highlight of the game. Like, nothing's happened. And there's some kind of stats. I can open stats on the... Oh, stats. I was like, why is there a lag thing there? I'm good, but I'm good. Sorry to hear you've had a shit day, mate. I hope things will improve now that you're heading towards evening at least. I hope some of the stress is behind you. Right, let's do some replacing of players because this isn't working for me. In fact, let's try our new tactic out. I've said that confidently and then realised that I'd have to replace the players that are playing well to play that tactic. Let's... Frimpong, why are you all anxious? Can we get some, like, Valium or some Xanax or something for these guys? I'm having to send a winger I've not used in well over a season on off the bench. Try and find a goal. We will stick a Coley in for there and then drop you back and hope for the best. Oh, I've got it on both pissing things now. I have no idea if this will be in any way effectful. Under a lot of pressure at your job. Not you could lose at stages, but it's stressful. That's tough, mate. That's tough. Sometimes I think it's better to be at that, like, I could lose it step than the stressful one, purely because you do reach a point where if you feel like you're under pressure of losing your job anyway, and then things start just being stressful, you just think, fuck it, I could just quit and I don't care. But yeah, it's one of those, if you like the job and you're not at risk, then it's just you just don't need that kind of day. I had a job a couple of years ago where I had a boss who was auditioning for Sexual Harassment Panda, and everyone hated the place. And then when he was like, "Oh, people are gonna have to be let go," literally the reaction was, "Oh no, really?" Yeah, to be fair, working from home full time and 5 weeks vacation in the States is wild. I don't understand how you guys get, like, as a standard, such little holiday time. Although to be fair, here we only get 4 weeks as a legal standard, so you're actually outdoing our standards too. You're almost at German standards. I think Germans work about 5 weeks a year. Seems like they've always got holidays on. Right, that was terrible. That was a terrible, terrible performance. Like, we didn't lose, but we just didn't achieve anything. Yeah, it's the lack of sick pay, the lack of basic things like, you guys don't do like maternity and paternity pay as standard either, do you? It's odd. Like, I don't understand the logic of it. Like, not a knock on America as a country or a people, but I just don't understand the logic of, like, you don't want to look after people when they get sick at any point. You want to look after people when they have babies that, ultimately increase the workforce. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me, but also these are far outside my purview and don't directly affect me, so it's not that I don't care, it's just that I feel bad over commentating on them. Do I want this guy just so I've got another striker? I mean, I don't want this guy, to be completely honest. I want a good striker. But I am struggling. He's probably better than the backups I've got. Which, to be honest, it's not a high bar. Can you take less money, please? But realistically, I'm not paying you that much. I'm making you a really good offer. £260 to kick a ball about once a week. There we go. Good. New Jersey is 16 weeks mother or father, 80 to 100% pay. Wow, that's crazy. Depends on the state. So that's another thing that I find really confusing with American law. Like, every state having a different sort of legal standard for everything is crazy. Because, like, I'm sure you don't have to imagine because you're well-travelled type, but like, it must be a nightmare. Like, you go on holiday to a different state, and then suddenly there's like some random law that you've never considered in your life just pops up. Like, that would drive me mad. Like, isn't there some weird traffic law in California where you can turn right at a red light or something stupid? So, like, what? Like, because here, that would drive me mad because the red light just means don't move. And to have a car randomly turn would break my brain. And, like, the idea that, like, jaywalking is a crime. Again, my brain can't do that. Like, it's if there's nothing coming, just walk across the road. Right, this guy is not going to get a work permit, which is sad, because I'm pretty sure he was with us in Greece, or we looked at him in Greece, and he looked really good. But he would solve a problem. Ah, he's just got a German nationality. It's not going to help. That's fair. That's all fair, Benny. It's just like, so because I'm a nerd and I watch all sorts of stupid documentaries because apparently I have nothing better to do with my life. I watched this documentary not so many months ago that was explaining that, like, there was a stage where jaywalking was a proper crime because car companies essentially just bribed local governments to make walking across the road a crime, so people had to drive everywhere, which is crazy to me. That just broke my brain, Benny. I'll be honest. So you can turn right or red in Pennsylvania, but if you're turning off a one way to go into another one way, you can also turn. I would die driving in the States for any extended period. Like, if I moved to the States for 6 months, it would be because at the 6 month mark I had some kind of horrendous car accident because someone did something that didn't make any sense to me. How are you a striker right? Have they broken that as well? Ah. Oh. Yep. Cost of living is also fun. It's I was reading something here today about the cost of living. So essentially, our cost of living crisis here, and it might be the same in the States and everywhere else, I'm not sure, but essentially during the period between us leaving the European Union and COVID happening, um, energy companies like power and gas companies, water companies, figured they could charge whatever they liked because they were no longer subject to like EU competition laws. So they started charging the earth for electricity and for everything, right? And then to make up for that, during COVID, supermarkets started charging the earth for everything. Like, we've had something like 30 to 40% inflation on basic groceries over the last 5 years. It's been wild. And then they've all been complaining recently that they are no longer making as much money because people don't have any disposable income to be able to buy things. And my brain just went like, and like energy companies were complaining that people were falling behind on their bills, and that like people should be getting paid more by their jobs because then they'd be able to pay their bills. But they also don't want to pay anyone anymore at their own employment places. It's absolute batshit. But yeah, it's everything run by the dollar. Benefits decreasing on time to cost companies money. Paid time off benefits are suppressed because it costs companies money. Wage increases don't outpace inflation because it costs companies money. Yeah, we're having that issue with AI data centers. They get built, water price, electric price. Yep. Same thing here. They keep turning everything into a bloody data center. It's wild, and like, it's funny. I say funny, but I don't know about you guys, but when I was a kid, we were always told that the people who became rich did it because they were either smarter or worked harder than everyone else. And then you get to like 2025, the verge of 2026, and you look at them and you go, I'm just a simple friggin' idiot. And I'm looking at this going, this is all because someone stupid didn't look 3 moves ahead on the chessboard, and that's why we're all fucked. Like, you can't be surprised when you put the price of everything up by 30 to 40% minimum. And like energy prices here have gone up by 60 odd percent in the last 5 years. And you can't do that to people, then complain when they can't pay you for shit. Because, like, they know, because they employ people, that they didn't give their employees a 60% friggin' pay rise. So what were they expecting? Oh yeah, I mean, we all know now, like, the richer... It's one of those things, like, you learn as you become an adult. It's not something they tell you when you're a kid. But, like, I look at, like, Elon Musk is a fucking idiot. I will say that openly, publicly, on his own stupid Twitter thing, quite happily. That man's a moron. That guy, his only life skill is that he was born into money and got very, very lucky in that he can identify a smart person and will invest in whatever that smart person is doing. It's like, he's not the genius he makes himself out to be. He's just the guy with money in the right place at the right time. And then you get even funnier stuff, like you have Donald Trump always bragging about being a billionaire. Donald Trump has never been a billionaire. And then there was the amusing thing a few years ago where he tried to sue someone for saying he wasn't a billionaire for $1 billion, which would have been, if had he been able to win that, would have been the only time in his life he'd ever legitimately been a billionaire. Just wild stuff. And the thing I don't get really is, like, why do you need to be a billionaire? Like, if I was to be given $1 billion tomorrow, I would not have the first clue what to do with it. Because you'd buy a house, you'd buy a car, you'd pay for whatever, I don't know, medical stuff you need, whatever family stuff you need, you'd buy some food, get all that stuff set up, and then what do? Like, give the rest away if you're a good person and sit on it forever if you're not. Like, I've never understood it. And that's the other reason I don't like Elon Musk. Purely because he said, if you can tell me what it costs to end world hunger, I'll do it. And then one of the charities was like, well, actually, we've done the maths and it costs $6 billion. And he went completely silent. Like, he could have pissed $6 billion and not noticed it. So when you say, I will cure world hunger if you tell me what it costs, and then you get told and you don't do it, it's just like, just tattoo the word scumbag on your head. Yeah, well, you're not wrong, Benny. You're not wrong. It's just, I don't know. I find them all troubling. I do, as much as it's a bit of a communist, socialist, tofu weaving ideal, the older I get, the more I agree with the sentiment that there should be a set cap on how much money you have, and then anything, you get a plaque that says congratulations, you won capitalism, and then anything you make after that gets given to good causes. Like, as per statistics by the US Federal Register, there's been a 102.4% jump in Americans expatriating in the first quarter of 2025 compared to the last quarter of 2024. In just 3 months, an estimated 1,285 Americans left the country to settle elsewhere. Based on these trends, the experts noted there are several factors and narratives that are driving Americans to seek a life overseas. Well, Benny, I would invite you here, but I don't have a couch, because I gave my couch to my sister when she moved into her house, because she didn't have any furniture, and frankly, I sit here most of the day, so I didn't really need my couch. So yeah, sadly, that's not a thing I can help with, but I strongly recommend Sweden. That's my that's my bug out plan. Is that if I ever reach a stage where I feel like I have to leave this country, I am going straight to Scandinavia. By Avrion Bayonne. Wow, that's strong. That's a strong plan. Moving to the Basque Country is a strong plan. Denmark or Ireland? Denmark is an incredible country, but it's an absolute bastard to move to. They have some of the strictest immigration. I didn't want to click that button. Some of the strictest immigration rules in the world. I know this because I went to Copenhagen a few years ago, and I literally asked. I was like, "So, how do I move here? Please, thank you." Yeah, it's a nightmarish situation. Denmark doesn't work like that, Benny. They really are stricter than like just get a job. They were saying like there's like a whole you have to have essentially to move to Denmark. They want you to go and get an education at a Danish university, and then prove yourself to Denmark and all this kind of wild, crazy stuff. It was my brain forgets the details because I'm ancient, but yeah, and yeah, Ireland's just expensive. I can move to Ireland anytime I like, but it's just expensive. How to save? That's a great, pertinent, controversial question. Save is fine. We've just done a summer rebuild of Hemel. We did look for a chance to move elsewhere, not because I am desperate to leave, but because the point of this save was never really to manage in England. It was to kind of go everywhere but this was the job we got after Greece. So no one took us, so now we are trying to get promoted. It was a tough pre-season. The squad's nowhere near where I want it to be. I really would like at least one more striker because we had to sell one of ours. I say we had to. We didn't have to. We chose to because he wasn't really going to develop anymore. And I haven't been able to find a replacement. We have probably got a need for a couple more fullbacks. And I don't know if I like this midfield yet. Feels like it's missing something and I can't work out what. But it's going well. It's going pretty well. In terms of last year we got to the playoffs. In theory this squad is good enough to get back to the playoffs, if not automatic promotion. But it's going to need some loans, and I can't really get any loans in until September begins. So we're kind of in a bit of a no man's land at the moment. You want to show up French Basque football as 500,000 plus French Basques, and there's probably a decent supply of raw talent if one could get a club strong enough to climb up the pyramid. Then yes and no. Certainly in the women's game, it's probably slightly easier. In the men's game, any decent French Basque player gets hoovered up by Bilbao within seconds of birth, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure if you can prove Basque heritage, Bilbao will just hand you a contract just in case. So the French side of the Basque territory is very tough. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's why the women's side would be slightly easier than the men's side. Although, because for some reason I'm always doing random law drops when I'm doing live streams, I had a weird kind of connection to the Basque country. And I say weird because it's one of those things that, like, when you're a kid, you don't give any thought to whatsoever, and then you look back on stuff that happened to you as a kid, as an adult, and you put the pieces together. So when I was a kid, me and my family went on holiday to Cork in Ireland. Went on a camping holiday, and on this campsite, as you do when you're a kid, you know, there was a game of football going every day, and I'd go and get involved because that's what you do, right? And then I remember at the time thinking it was weird that all the other kids on this campsite, aside from me, were either Irish or Spanish. And then, as I got to know these kids, I found out they weren't Spanish, they were Basque. And that was cool because I learned what the Basque country was and all that, because I was like 10, 11 at the time. Anyway, shortly after that, ETA blew up a train. And I have a feeling I may have been at some kind of secret terrorist meeting, because Cork is very much IRA territory. So, and certainly was back in the 90s. But yeah, there's a weird story. I may have accidentally played football with the kids of terrorists as they were planning some kind of bombing, which is probably not a story I should put on the internet, but to be fair, it was also 30 years ago, and I remember playing football with some kids, so I don't think I'm of any help in any investigation whatsoever. So... I'd be very surprised if I knew anything that was going to help any kind of terrorist intelligence investigation off the back of that. I just realised we've got shouts again. We can pointlessly encourage our players. I completely forgot. I've got so used to not having them that I keep forgetting they're there now. Oh, we've got a touch on a ball. Oh, we've still shot straight at the corner flag. Yeah, I'm well aware ETA aren't around now. Like, it was just it was it's just one of those weird things. Like I said, one of those weird things that happens to you as a kid that you give absolutely no thought because you just want to play football. You should have shouts now, Simon. Yeah. But yeah, there you go. That's my one and only story about the Basque Country. Was I may have accidentally played football with some kids of terrorists. So there we go. Oh, Tim! For Christ's sake, Tim! How are you absolutely on fire at the back end of last season, and now you actually play for me rather than just being on loan? You can't hit a cow's ass with a banjo. Genuinely infuriating. Ah, you've bought into the Zomboid, Simon. It's good to have you as part of our undead family. It's a really good relaxation game. Yeah, the controls are tough. The thing I found is obviously when the runs you guys saw me doing, the first like live runs I played. But what I did do when I first downloaded the game was I went into the sandbox settings, I turned the zombies off entirely, and I basically went around crafting and building things just so I could get used to the movement, because I hadn't played a game with WASD in 20 plus years. And it's amazing. I say this even as someone that plays the piano. It's amazing how little you use those muscles. in that kind of playing was the fashion, and how tiring it can be on your hands. Like I'm sure you'll see, like sometimes when I'm playing Zombie, especially when I've got the face cam up, I will have to just kind of pause it and stretch my hands out a little bit because they do be cramping. But I am slowly getting used to it, and you have to be very careful not to hit the Q button. I keep telling myself I'll remap it, but if I know if I remap it, I'll forget where I put it when I need it most. So, but it's very rewarding. I was also saying, actually, I don't know if Benny's still in the chat. Benny, you still in the chat? Does need some kind of way of finding a list of who's still in chat or not. Does Twitch, as we scored a penalty. Harry Thomas, good stuff. The Bilbao affiliate. Sorry, just having a little look at something. Little look at something in the background. Actually, to be fair, I was looking to see if Benny was still around or if he's live, which he might be. It's about that kind of time. He may be in. He may have disappeared to Frodank. Anyway, Simon, I don't know if you saw it. I don't know if you got caught up on the VOD yet. I was saying to Liam, and this might be of interest to Elodie as well, actually. I was thinking next weekend. Fair. Yeah, it's okay. League's going meh. I was saying to Liam last night, I think, what I'd like to do next weekend maybe is, if you guys are both around, if a few of the others are around, maybe we should do like a little online mini league type thing between us as a bit of fun. Like I can host a game and we could maybe have a wee jam through one of the leagues that doesn't have many clubs in it and just have a laugh and whatever. It's just a thought. But then also, if you're now joining the zombie crew, I can install build 41 rather than build 42, which is what I'm playing on. And we could do a little bit of an online there. Oh, we've got 2-0. Marcus Gomez has scored again. Yeah. I could also host a Zomboid multiplayer game as well. Quite easily. That's okay, Elodie. Everyone plays their own pace. It was just an idea, really. Just an idea of a thing to do. Especially because, to be fair though, online, Simon, there would be more of us able to team up against the zombies. So you could slowly get yourself to a stage where you were able to survive. Well, I've just realised I've made no subs. But yeah, online FM, I haven't played online FM since 21, when I was part of one of the random creator leagues. And I think I did a charity online thing as well for Greeno. I think I played in a charity. Yeah, I know I played in a charity thing for Greeno. I think that was an online versus Whatsy Doodle as well. But it's good fun. It's a good laugh. Zombies are nothing to be scared of, Elodie. You can't be hurt by them. Yet. Oh, we've squeezed out a 2-0. Excellent. Right. that felt like we were able to play a thing. But yeah, like I said, it was just a thought for next weekend. It might be a thing because I can't do it this weekend because obviously we've got the FA Cup on Saturday, as the mighty town are going to dump Bolton out the FA Cup. Calling it now. Yeah, it's true. Less scary than old white men is truth. And then on Sunday, of course, I have to sit and watch the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which I hate doing because I don't think Abu Dhabi should be allowed a Grand Prix. But, you know, first world problems. But also, three-way fight for the title. Haven't had one of those in a while. Can't really miss that. Abu Dhabi is deathly boring. So I had this conversation with my sister, and my sister's a really big McLaren fan, and she's a really big fan of Lando and Oscar. And I said to her before Qatar that ideally I wanted Max to win that race, Oscar to finish second, and Lando to DNF. Like, it was so close to my dream. Because that would have put 4 points between them going into the last race of the season. And she's like, why would you want that? And I was like, because Abu Dhabi is boring as shit. But if I've got 3 drivers who can all be within 4 points of each other starting the race, they might fight a bit and make it interesting. Aha, Benny's back. Benny, I've just been saying, I know you're streaming FM26. Have you played any 26 yet? Aha. I don't know how to find that yet, so you've done well. Have you still got it installed on your machine? Would you like to join us next weekend for maybe a little cheeky online league? Just a bit of a laugh and chill out and, you know, that kind of stuff. Just thought I'd throw it out there as an offer. On the right hand side there's a picture of 2 heads. Sounds terrifying. I assume I'm in mods mode. Yeah, that's it. Like, it's not really like PvP. It's just kind of a, let's just have a laugh. Let's, you know. I assume. I know why. I know why I can't see that. It's because I'm in the stream manager. I'm not actually in my own stream, if that makes sense. My own channel. Aha. Excellent. That's a useful thing you found. Well done. That brings joy. Océan des Femmes. If I visit France... yeah, I was confused. If I visit France, would it mean I would be in an ocean of women? Possibly. Yeah, like, let me know next time we cross paths, Benny. Let me know, because, you know, it'd be good to have you join us. Just, like I said, bit of a laugh, bit of a chill out. Nothing, I would say... Try it out. Yeah, I'd say, like, Sunday week. What if we aim for 5-ish our time, which would be about noonish your time, wouldn't it, Benny? Because you're, what, 5 hours behind? I always forget with, like, the time shifts, because there's, like, times where it's an extra or an extra hour one way or the other. I always forget. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like a sort of 5-ish, just like a nice kind of chill evening. Said just kind of we can sit and we can set up some kind of like Discord chat if you guys want, and stream or not stream or whatever, and yeah, just kind of chill out a bit and see how online mode works. Because I've not used it in 5 years. It might be fun now. And if it's not fun now, at least it's fun when you've got people to just have a laugh with, you know? Okay, cool. Yeah, so yeah, we'll have some kind of interface over the next week or so. We'll figure it out because yeah, you know, the more the merrier. You know, if anyone that wants to join, well, I'll send out a thing to anyone else I cross paths with. See if they want to join. I'll see if Ank wants to join or anyone else, just for a bit of a change of pace and a bit of a laugh and you know, a relax. Just find some kind of random old league to play in that's not got many teams in it. Right, got Boreham next. Bear with me 2 secs. It's stretching time again because I swear to God, old age. I swear to God. There we go. Right, back. Um, yeah, let me know. And yeah, I mean, asking for help is fine. Like, not being a great player is fine. It's not, I think anyone's particularly great at FM26 yet, to be honest. Um, Apparently, we've had a raid at some point. I don't know when that happened. Have no idea when we got a raid. Did that happen whilst I was on a break? Um, Welcome anyway, raiders, if you're out there. But yeah, let me know. We'll figure it out. We'll make something happen because I just think it'd be good fun. I would ask Ryan if he wants to join us, but I'm very aware that he is in Iowa, so he's what -6, and he'll probably have the restaurant open at that time on a Sunday morning. One would imagine, so he's probably quite busy. Right, Boreham Wood. Boreham Woods. Yeah, I'm boldly assuming Kit has half an ear on us, and obviously Kit is more than welcome to join. I see Kit lurking in the chat list, so presumably we are on an earpiece somewhere as Kit bounces between every FM stream currently ongoing. To be fair, it's a much smaller number of people currently streaming than I thought it would be too, which is odd. Much smaller. There must be some kind of European football going on tonight for there to be this few people on streaming FM. Because that is the small numbers. Oh, it's nearly midnight. That could also account for it. It is nearly midnight. So that probably also plays to it. Right, I think we'll make this the last match of the stream. And then I might switch and do an hour of zombies. I say like switch, like it won't be immediate. It'll be like a 10-minute gap. Because I also do need to put something food-wise in my face very quickly. But then we can have like a little zombie blast, just because I have had one of those days where Jesus Christ, where I've been FMing all day because I have recorded Monday's Supermarine today, and then tomorrow I have to record the Preston rebuild for the weekend, because I had to record Monday's Supermarine because I know my mother needs me on Sunday, and the trains can be hit and miss depending on how many people have thrown themselves on a train line. So I don't want to not be able to get back in time to get a Monday video up. There's Brannigan with a shot. Oh, Cole Brannigan! Captain Zap Brannigan has done a goal scoring from a free kick. Captain Zap Brannigan. What a goal. I need to get some kind of sound effecty button thing. Get a lovely Captain Zap sound effect for him. But there's some fun times. We are back on terms, looking good, looking strong. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I was saying that I've got to do a lot of FM. Bloody every time I try and explain this, Junior Dixon scores. You utter rude prick. Yeah, I am gonna do a little break, I think, after this game for like 10, 15, eat something. Then I'll do some zombieing. So that'll work out. And then, yeah, that should be fine, because I've got to do a lot of recording tomorrow as well. Got to do a lot of editing. Yeah, you can finally select your attribute colours, which is good. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but I will do, I imagine. Because the thing is as well, like, there are two sides to attribute colour, or three sides really. Like, for the player, if you're colourblind or whatever, certain settings just aren't going to work for you. Or if you're sort of older and your eyesight's going or whatever, certain things aren't going to work for you. Everyone obviously has their preferences, but also, I do find as a streamer, and like, you guys should always feel free to tell me in the comments of videos or in chat or whatever if it's an issue for you. The yellow and the green aren't different enough shades to be able to tell them apart sometimes. I think when I watch other content creators, I find that they're not distinguishable enough from each other. So that might be a thing I look at. We are getting whooped today. I can't. I don't want to say I was using the preset on FM24 because I switched to work the spaces skin so quickly. As soon as it came out, I changed to work the spaces skin. I don't know if that affected any attribute colours or not. How are we 4-1 down? Jesus wept. Our defence is just utter crap. You've been... What do you want to praise them for? You are a nutter, arse man. A nutter. I am not praising that shit. Behave yourself. Figure your life out. Ah, fair. Fair. The use of rag is fun. Also, working in local government sounds like way more fun than it should be. But in my head, whenever anyone says, oh, I work for local government, I picture the Vicar of Dibley. I don't picture, like, a serious job. So... every time I apply for a council job, they turn me down as well. So, maybe they know something that I don't. Is this going to be 4? It is going to be bloody 4. Jesus Christ. Alright, well, there's nothing to lose now, so let's try... let's try switching to this monster tactic that I built for no good reason. We'll try Shooter as the left back, as the left centre half, because he can't be any worse. Cahill can stay in to play Am. We'll keep Beckford in. I feel like that's an Akoli job. That's an Agumbo job, even though he's tired. Watara should be golden there. Why are you the wrong way around? Oh, bloody hell. I've swapped people around what I've had in and out of possession on. Now I've got to try and find them all again. That way. That way. That way. Yeah, good. Right, I know what's going on now. Suspect those changes. Let's take Sané off. We'll stick Harley Dean in. He's got 2 other defenders around him. That can't go that badly. I don't know what's going on with this midfield at all. Maybe that's the swap. I feel like I'm just losing all my players now. I'm losing where everyone is. Right, out of possession. Beckford, Akoli, Brannigan. Brannigan's going to be the worst at doing that. We'll put Akoli in there. Nope. That way around. That should work, maybe. Sure, I'll go with that. I've confused myself. And then we'll take off Ronnie. We'll stick in whoever this guy is. Hope for the best. Yeah, they clearly don't know me. You contract now rather than permanent, so usually somewhere a year at a time. That's fair. And the trouble I have is that when I apply for local government jobs, because I'm a lawyer by trade, local governments don't really like lawyers because we tell you what you can't, you know, pocket expenses on. So that's also an issue. Oh my God, we scored. We scored a goal. Is this tactic secretly good? You know, and obviously not you, Simon. You know what I mean. There's always some councillor somewhere who wants their pockets greased. I know this firsthand because many years ago I used to be a manager at one of the taxi firms in Oxford. I used to get sent to the local council taxi meetings. And there was one councillor whose name I won't mention to anyone except the local papers I emailed it to, who would let you do whatever you want as a taxi firm as long as you wrote a lovely cheque to his favourite charity, which just happened to be his wife. But I won't name any names because that would be illegal. But yeah, it was well known that if you were to make a generous donation to his wife, you could do pretty much whatever you liked. Including possibly his wife, to be honest. Well, it sort of worked. We got a goal. It sort of worked. It does have the disadvantage, this tactic, that I do have to make 5 substitutions to switch between the two. That's not ideal. But we haven't conceded a goal since we went to it. So it does semi-work. Despite the result, I'm pleased with your... No, shut up. That's stupid advice. Halliday, you were shit. Please go apply for a job at Tesco. Although not stacking shelves, because apparently you're crap with your hands. Okay, let me just have a quick fixture list or check. Just to make sure I'm sure of our plan. We have done a lot today. We are what? Almost 4 hours uptime. Yeah, okay. I think what we're going to do is we are going to end the stream there. I say end the stream. Pause the stream there. And then we'll switch to some zombies because my brain has done too much FM tonight. Or today. I'm going to do like a 10-15 minute break. Feel free to... obviously, if you're on YouTube, we're saying goodbye to you because we don't play Zomboid on YouTube because the YouTube algorithm hates the background music of Zomboid. It just... I don't have time to fight with all those copy strikes. So we'll be saying goodbye to you pretty much now. For those of you who are with us on Twitch, we'll take like I said, like a 10-15 minute break. Feel free to, I don't know, go party